100.9 FM Suni. And then Wednesday, July 17, 2024. Time just about gone 22 minutes past 1. Na ene ukuo eye kutansa bosumi ne wo mi ni de toso edunson afi empinu aduonu enan mame se abodonko apa omiti eye aduonu emiensa mementi dwumadie na ye de bremo na mementi dwumadie mi amedi ho chia me eframe ADAKABRI Mamudu Oshioma na co-character right in front of me here ohima akua efriye na eye production de ni nyina sipanyini kwadwo na mado ne naso na me wafa ase magere osai adman na ebo ne chidom ohima akua efriye ya asoso na osebese emrante kwa no emienu na eye technical production abna frema abankro one nana ya sapo escoba wamo na ehwe se on various social media handles omo betimi ama asam no atso apete eho enyina na nsa ane de aseda de ama engineering group no so no atu agbo worker patia kwa na jare na abuaje adasankroma yasane mrani da nyina se sempro na nsa ane de aseda so de ama facilities group no the facilities group we and so akwakoye big solo and dada and Godfrey your friend you brana na face na yaw na Sami na pe Mapuna na pe DJ Bosco na Milson so yasadmra ne se tetai na yatimi ababetrase ya from me ADAKABRI Mamudu Oshioma na dwumade mi na medi ho akia me oyema kwefriye na otimani mu ase as a co-character ya hwe se de no ma ne besi akọ Democrat would on and sakan and anopain ya timu no animu nsam pampin ni bia ehia se san timu awie no ya de betumanim chicha kakra enso ewo ho na penso so ya ba ababehwe ensam a eda bamaso na eno ya hwe se enei opposition politicians na wo ma no aye dene atwiafa aban so amasa aban ni nhihye bia obeye se oye no na ese yetua no gu no so a na watwe de asan anasa aban ni mom na won nhihye ne noma eyie eno ya badwendwene ho debate owa aban mu a wasemi pe debate onyama aban mu wasemi pe debate enne no sa debate aye ka no aso mfaso de na se debate ni mpo ebeba so a is it fear say you be limiting to two parties here na mpasodie bembo na ewo so eno so ye badwendwene ho de ama na fe yasan badwendwene se de yato ne din se instant justice se bibi mpo na besie na obi pai obi se awio kromfo enti yenya humane person bia mani timi ga say wait let's find out from him opede wa ha de na beduru ha ade na timi ba say common purpose mob psychology dunkwanponche ni nyina ye to prefer ko se ba akunya kan say wio no opai obi ani so ni nyina ye di akire. What are the challenges as security forces no face na afenso so ya hwe se ba bia na wo da wo ye safe ana na he na da wo ye safe na yetimi adwendwene ho enen panifo baba dem ase no Madam Rodalyn Ayana of the movement for a change afrafranto abetena se itina wakaso ahwe na wabusa ho se edin Ayana no ahin na free bae akomko wati edin Ayana no wati bida
from Pacho Devio
sa
mente Dakar
ai yana wagugo Moro Ayana
okay
Robe na Moro Ayana o play ma Ghana song the Moro Ayana so you can get it right.
Yeah.
MORO ARAR. So, into Moro Ayana. You tell me about him. Into ne baba. And it say you Moro Ayana naba.
Oh.
Yeah, as a rattle. I'll give it Abba. I don't know.
A founder and leader, People's Action Party. I think he was in office from 1969 to 1972. He was born in 1917 and died on 11 July 2015. He was 98 years. People's Action Party, okay.
People's Action Party.
Not Accra.
Not Accra.
Entrepreneur.
No entrepreneur. Aye. Tomorrow, Ayana, now you know.
Yeah, now I know.
When you need to 98.
Aye.
There's will be you need to 98, you can imagine. It is a Nyamia Shrano.
But Shana Manabroso. I bought extra time.
I bought extra time. It's in a babana. A friend, Rodelyn Ayana.
She's very pretty.
She's very pretty.
Yes.
And Nimpu Cranny. Aye.
We had any mammy who's any nephew. But no of her father.
Did be no about brother, Chuniwa, your bow deep pet. Na your bow banning or budding pet. No be I refer to. Ne maami and papa. It is a Rodelyn Ayana. The Rodelyn Ayana, and Ayana and anything. And ne papa din. Ne papa no so to be free abusu bi mu. Did be an obia make sure so abusu no. Any ye na nyina ye. Your body no no be on say ai asuma si bani. E do be kura na bia wo ko ha mu a. E din no nti no na ye yiwa free mu. So
Frimpong manso.
We are some. Frimpong manso don't know to a very delay. Hey. Na inti Rodelyn Ayana ebeba movement for change. MFC. Franto and AFC. Eso sanka ho. Alliance for Revolutionary Change. So hono. Enti ne oba betena se. Kingsley Amaliba na se Haruna Kingsley Amaliba of the National Democratic Congress NDC and so ebeba. Na feso engineer Peter Ntwubuasi yakon as of the New Patriotic Party and so ebeba.
My favorite panel member for Wednesday.
A great guy. A great guy. Inti ene ye transe na yetimi adwene. But before then no, Kunu Ghana, e dey na wo mayen.
You offer. You be send in chia e dey ama yetiefo. Na ya da o masisa bibia o munyamre. Etimi etie ye. Kunu Ghana, ewie bia me ka ho asem. Enra enwumre e na menya akọ. E na nipa ni bisa me say Ekuya na ya mpa se ababazi na ye adwuma. Na webu ni sama bibi ye no. E na me say aden na obisa me sa. Obi a me TV radio so kan asem every day o say ye adwuma ka meka. Oso akoto bi no pese o kan e bia na aketu bi na ye de ama me say me nka de me keka. E na me say wo de enom. Na onom wi a kira asem ne de nkomo wofa. Onom ye ndi 20 minutes kwa no fem no say Na menti hwi o na me say wonte hwi. Wonte hwi de wa wasema. Ose se na nya bide se me nya mebe do so abek di hu adan so asem ketu na am si nya botre si eponie enti no oye oba na se ubu nsa u konfiche na se ye wo ya na oje wo ho enje sister kona kope araba baze na nom fama me na se apart from se bia ye wo ya kra no e bia na ensebuo na nkaboni ewo mu ena eni no so asan ayetum me pa acho pe araba baze na nom fama me odepua ena ai haw oba pe araba baze na nom fama me ka me se ubu nsa na moja na eba bebre me pa acho eni se eba ne sa o shepherd within 30 minutes so o sesa within 30 minutes untimi kra mpie ko so show say o ho besei ukopia abonti ho besei me pa acho pe araba baze na ensiesie na emma the right flow of blood no emra emfama se uhu na ntumi ensane uye ewo mpaso abra no wuku no ehia oba me pa acho pe araba baze na nom fama me na se awo na ope na emma so a pe araba baze na nom o menses na meka me say enye thought appetition thought na ukwa na okobu kakra na wanom ade cha na osan kobu bi da bi every month e was say utimi flow ebi mu de 7 days ebi mu de 5 ebi mu de 6 unim se ne e sha say na na etie se ensesan abamu a me pa acho pe araba baze na nom na incorrect emfama obi de kra ne de atwa wa wondu menopausal age we are very young and energetic and so every month unya flow me pa acho mama de na pe araba baze na nom emfama me Kunu Ghana Limited almost have honchon capsules esiesie emema prostate enyinara prostate problem bia omu how bia wo bia no jonso mu how bia awo bia no eye honchon capsules ebetimi ahwe na wasiesie e de ama na Mr. Kill de ono oba no ababaze na be ma no so no Mr. Kill say na be energy levels no ebe ye pepepepepepe se koba no se ohu sa no tentem than previously me pa cho na wa pe Mr. Kill na wanom e de ama me na ken tablet se mujamroso e na e hawa me pa cho be pe ken tablet na wanom e de ama me no amabobosu e ye ababazin Hunchung capsules, Mr. Kill, any king tablet. Opedudu to abetimi ako Eastleigh gonna Champon Junction. Eho ena omo wana abetimi afre 0244 139 176 and 0204 139 176 and 0274 139 176. So when I'm leading pharmacies, herbal, any chemical shops at Ewo Ghana Hanuma, ubenya inuing nebi ato.
Asempa, dehima. Eko wie se eye kunu Ghana de track record no e wo ho
ofanye easy o
ai iti adanse no enkoso saa on Facebook live na okay o say nana kwia mo aboaten eke Dr. Bamia is breaking the 8 and ode ebaye saa so na on Facebook live and the boss o say Dr. Bamia is going to lose simple because he has no good record to rely on and ode baye Manoba Steven Dr. Bamia is definitely going to break the 8 by Monoba and Odebaye. Brahma said to Ghana pa, so the NDC doesn't end, the MPP doesn't end, or what? Ally on sirens because of what? And Odebaye. Perlin others around and also Perlin catering services around Polycamp, Hostel El Cape Coast. Also, they are doing the monitoring live with you guys here and Odebaye. So and Baba Awinkan. Salifu and Ajambore. I say, we are more no. Mahama is the best person to rescue Ghana and Ghanaians. Dr. Baumia and Napo are the same and part of the poverty and hardship and hunger here in Ghana. Also, comments on Facebook Live, NEAT 100.9 FM live and by statesman the Bokrata and Ode Abba. Statesman is saying 8.2 billion support program for SMEs. Small, medium scale enterprises and buying so the 8.2 billion. Now you just can't want him. Now businesses are sofano. Omonko na omonko GB. So and the publisher. Ono so saying publisher so na all can say how Mahama and his men shared prime state lands and also facts don't lie. July 13, 2015, Judicial Service lands cantonments leased to Frames Oil Company for 50 years. And November 29, 2016, Parks and Gardens land cantonment sold to Wound Trim Limited for 50 years. And now also saying the new publisher, Facts Don't Lie. How Mahama and his men shared prime state lands. In the example, me and say, at once I say my Frames Oil, and at once I say the Wound Trim, and Unti Anna, or say Facts Don't Lie, or you know, at the Eban. The Ghanaian Times. And also so Eddie Ebaye. Ghanaian Times to say second phase Obichebe Lamte interchange to be completed by September. Resident engineer Abuso Kan acquire ye Ring Road West. Na yedekwa Abuso Kan and also second phase by September. Ababu Smiya a dianimi na just say ye rear and sa local government minister withdraws controversial road traffic airline. Or say amendment to the LI 2180 no and ye could lay legislative instrument no amendment na say local government minister wako akwa yi e de free ho daily guide and also e de baye or say NDC MPs fight over lithium committee and Kwame Govins Agoja and womo e kan say and NDC mashobejafo and lithium committee ye ko tu fema gudie no and also so ho entokwa and omonko man 27 rapes woman 62 or say abranti kwa bi when you say your baby anko to no mona say oba wadi aduosia mienu and okoto no mona emunsam aba Baumia appointed to lead Ghana Bupewura or say ene wahine kese a wo Central Gonja Bupe na Bupewura and was say Dr. Mama de Baumia de ni nyina ne say ono ana obeba bedi o my Ghana so they were working and ne ba ono so oye Samuel Abuginapo oyene ne ba ejina ho no mo a otie ensam a ne papa e ka che Dr. Muhammad Baumia the new crusading guide and wasan ede aba was a Malian consulate car rams into commercial bus kills one Lawyers demand 1 million compensation. Council withdraws driver Hilda Barry. I say Malian consulate, Malian embassy. Now one more car and Aquacobo commercial cabin, nipa baku free. Now lawyer for us 1 million cedis. Patasika a free warm ho. So after your marking, majority leader on the ECG board, on also walk out so. Now also to appoint new lawyers. Nananum as a lawyer for Emramere and make some de my Daily Post and also join us to reset Ghana. Mahama edges. No, more than 2 million cedis overpaid to school feeding caterers between 2017-2022. Sikano Yetiam and Abruso school feeding for almost so Keskano. Baumia and the MPP must be punished for their crimes against Ghanaians. Clement Apak and also so Odiwe say at the Ebaye. Na Daily Dispatch or say I endorse Baumia's vision to integrate chieftaincy and governance. Corner of Manya Krobo to Napo and Ode Ebaye. And Sasuno say MPP under MPP government have completed over 12,800 kilometers of roads in 7 years, as compared to NDC's 4,600 kilometers in 7 years. Nana Adudankwa Kufuado, and all can say ye. Omapia Ghanaian Chronicle, and Ode Ebaye. Or say Jinapo, NDC government sold lands Okucheto has exposed, and NDC MPs proposed Sarin privileges and not on prayer. Here the Fourth Republic has come to stay. George Akufu Dampare, IGP, and what can say, and the Fourth Democratic Dispensation, Abasa Babetanasi, na Abu Jinapo, and Sasia, and Ne, Okujeto Black Wabe can say, Abain Airtono, and Sasia, NDC for one shas, yes, yeah, tongue. I'm not on press say, yes, nay, ally. Ya the people could be MP for one in the anymore, and also a NDC for Bibia, Mummy Fancasa, a NDC for Nina Yanintim, Ubiani Bibia. Yeah, we are. Yeah, oh, David. And some across Ghana has a Nina and Anna, a paper for to be captured now.
Oh, David. David. And send Baby, Kanka Bonnie. Baby, because mostly almost see a cry, you never know.
It is the fact to say, Bibi a bad newspaper, no one I just say, Yanokranisa.
Oh, David. And say, that's I needed Uncle last 2 weeks, Chef Smith. I almost posted, say, we're breaking records, and I get no question, never papers.
And a dear Naba, I say, and they paper for you, Shefaku, when you doesn't mean the address, no, and the paper be any one.
Well, found a paper, Obia a pen into my breaking news, and fact checking. Into BBC, yen to me who hear Mukra, and I yen to me Sumaya staff, and Mamun yet enough research, and she said what is really on the ground. Yet TB any aid because they chip and Tamako cancer and Dick and buy. It's one of the things.
Then they say, wouldn't you see car or stories it me by newspapers?
It depends. If a BBA or be
political stories, the political leaders, and you're prepared to say, Omuba Tribo to Mua, Bessania Bosuma, stories about almost vision, any other bad newspapers.
And my offer, Sam, and Macra. Make I Daniel your co education ministry. Same baby, I may tell you, Papa, why in fact, all chair footage is a maintain horsey. I will paper more and news mono.
Let's just say, who do seeker a cocoa newspaper? Nanka wo advert now depending on na a little percentage is also the okokoton here. This will be amfa advert be amre wo. Na obi so percent who publish bibim kram ema man no a. Wanya bosia amfa amre wanya dia wo kwakọ publish. Ontimi kwaje bosia e publish. It not just a nay no one more air press betumi agina oman ye di anim so no. Se wanya sika nkoma newspaper bi kwa na wo ne pa bia Yam publish cra. I just said, I think so be I can ye de na. O me home over the farm. A straw hockey to where as a baby took you so dear. And yet over to a name can see a pa. There was no one in Pebima or my nanka young making sure say equal access, equal opportunity. Young can be a Diana or my ma and you know so dear.
And it's our opportunity in win your cry. This is our compatible scene. the brain because yeah publish in Kenya there so you staff for ka we hunti no de unni sika ade me
unni sika sorry cinema
not at all
not at all
not at all
now unni sika you can watch some radio so
oh and make us it depend you say ade na aya asem bia akọ viral obi kan say osisi ano asem bi sia say celebrity for the man abetum people of prominence the man abet hey no sa no de eno voluntarily
obi akoka bi
eno obi abeka bi
ega be betnat ne beka enwane nkwache ba bia
obi abeka bi
na mom so won ne pa bi te ni pantie ma o dia
positive debi negativity necessarily
but
it doesn't help. It does not help, but I mean...
Madam Rodelin, Pacho, resume your seat for us.
Yeah,
quick comment, Kakra.
I expect to be a papa. Until we are at the papa saying news. You are expected to do good. So if you do something good, it's like, okay... Nipa ka kame na news.
Any news, no? News no BDCA.
Exactly.
You
are expected to do good. And to say if you've done the good thing, what is it?
Madam Rodelin Ayana, Yamuatana say.
That's it.
Oba Fefe na to say. Answer Sanda. Always at 16. For example, so I know share ne mic na mamekakra na yente ne voice no. Said the AC for Erica. It as it is now. Say as a political entity, a year movement for change you, a year alliance for revolutionary change you. Say munisika will be better masem.
A chrome had your winisika will be unto us more because media has become money. That's the whole thing.
Media has become money.
Yes.
Because the great transformation plan you could tell, you know, Sanka entity no ewosika e serialize
Sanka, yes. Sanka media ni interested na almost serializing ma Ghana for anka obi abeto amaye because plan na yekuta me, it's one that is good enough for us to get out of.
And so say, yeah, money de Roma and to be just a couple bosia.
Say no, yeah, money do you the whole thing is yeah, say we are happy with the duopoly, NDC, MPP. So what can say it's not working, but we are trying.
You continue to try.
Continue
to try. So how do we address this issue of say the public may not have access to ubia adwene or
it's through the media. Say niawo ye ya say nkrofo atiyo. Ye bodewro nkrofo atiyo. Yes ye nanti ye ko nipam ye visit market edwom ne niema lorry stations na ye ko ene nkrofo kokasa. Nti ne nyina no de robo na ye ebo no. Se ne be ya nkrofo bete nsempa ye wo edima Ghana for. So it's possible to do. It's possible to do. It's just that it's easier if the media buys into it. But it's possible to do, to get our message out.
It's possible to get your messages out.
Yeah.
Right. Ntini nyina ne say on radio, yeah no the air cost wo manum. O man ntini say ye bre ya pese ye ka say. Enti admonition ben na nke be make sure say all sections obia no asem no ye betimi ama oman ma atie no oman ma na siginaye.
Admonition amedebema will only go to government owned media because obina wetin sika wa ba be private media house. Somehow no want to mean for so no say on can say ma on person obeka. What you say? But anka ye best say even state media no ebebo dowro no will give us an opportunity say ye beka yasem aman say nyina ate. Say yes say ye be no fenchem say media houses are nipa bi na asset up a wo mo so de wo mo adwuma ye ntumi mfo so obi asa sire na ye besere wo mo say wo mo so ntie ya asem na wo mo mbo ya asem no ho dewuro se na ye be ya nkrofo so bete ya asem ni bi. That's the basic thing.
In the end no eboa o mamu ni nyina say ye bete asem ni nyina.
Exactly. Eboa ema ye nyina yetumi eyiyim nia efata na nia emfata. But say ko ba ne say media houses no mo body roba akope anase wokota obi echi a na che say nia mo ye no monsheda emwa man no because on mine no ente asema e the other side ebia anka no na beboa but essence moma take sides into no emwa yen ti was anka media houses there monye neutral kakra na mo di asem na mo ka asem a ewom e ma etiefo nyina ne Ghana fo nyina atibi
but enya nwanwa say media house be choose to say obe align with a particular
I don't think I can say yen to me enforce mo essence obi na eyi ni bottom sika e na wa ye ni media house nti baby ono gina no ebi otomika say monka sa particular group no ho asem eno yen to me enye ho hwe but state media houses there e was anka wo mama obi a equal opportunity
Kojo Amedome on Facebook Live. I say good afternoon, me my family. Thanks. Musa Abatuo on Facebook Live. I say I fully support the market women in calling for a debate with Dr. Baumia. It's crucial to hold him on his principles as one champion. In 2016, he said that the real and factual debate is to go to the market and tell them why commodity prices are going up. Now, as the vice president, he should stand by his own words and engage with market participants and not to run away from his earlier positions. Dr. Baumia, it's time to face the market women and explain why prices are skyrocketing. Anna or the buyer. Yaya Kota is saying Baumia will break the 9, not 8. Who is going for Baumia? Say no to the MPP and Alan Chamatin all the way. MPP must go out. And or the buyer. Eagle Gideon, a country called Ghana. Manoba Stephen, I say thank you, Mr. President, and your Vice President, Dr. Baumia, for doing Tatale and subsequent roads for us for the first time since a country called Ghana was formed. And also so no what they ever yeah. Berma Nana Kojo, I say I'm watching you live from Australia, Sydney. I like your educative program, and I can't sleep though it's midnight because your show is real eye opener. Keep up the good work, Anna or the buy and Nana. And they was say, I say Abi Yadom, please sir. My greetings to the NDC man. I say, Nkonko, response is okay. Ibrahim Bafwa Apa Painting. Also watching live. Regards to Justice in Esau incoming Ashama MP. Suronipa. Also good afternoon, Wafa. Baumia is breaking the 8. Watching live from German wedding. The baby say, Mönchengladbach. I've tried it. It's a mouthful. It's a mouthful. It's a mouthful. Eti ni nyina mu no yatena sia ma yeni kan na yemra mehwe. This idea of a debate of what benefit, and do you agree when the narrative appear to favor just the duopoly, two parties in a pair?
No. Yeah, be a debate there. It must entail everybody. It was so be but I don't even support debate, you know. For me, you know, yasi yesha NDC abako MPP nso aba wo mo so ko enti debate ben biom ne on betumi aye no yehu enne no MPP na wo so se ba o me apese o debate a on call out for community town hall meetings no face constituents no on face nipa no na wo mo mbisa no questions no answer. But to call out on John Mahama, His Excellency John Mahama, I don't think that's the way to go. Debbie. Yeah, debate. What debate again? No, you don't need anybody. I'll back at you say the cost of things are rising. Nobody has to tell you say fuel is up. Nobody has to tell you say things are just expensive. Nobody has to tell you. So a debate debut. We've you're voting ma almost say woman be boying. Na ya sitting ye. Woman buy no. Who say ya sitting in my ye, one mom no ma sitting in my ye, into one mom brand no one betche mu, and traying. Send a one dear one more sitting in my ye, near the end ye. Send a bear, yes, you have a 5 drink one. So there's no need for debate.
Okay. Maminkoya interview on varied issues. Yes, I'm back to the studios. Madam Rodelin Ayana of the Movement for Change Oblique, Alliance for Revolutionary Change. And alliance, you know, and unti or the abetina has say. Ma yadi Dr. Richard Yao Amwakumba, he's a retired political science lecturer of the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. And Kojo and Komakakra. Obaya Amwakumba Yamwaha.
Yo, Mejoso.
Doc now. I. Now, what to say? A lot has passed under the bridge, and I yente or voice. Yeah, so ana afena app no I draw your attention say asem we am akoba fa na dwene mai. Legislative instrument currently they call parliament and under pressure the local government minister withdraw. Nanka hida to know the anyone say emergency services and the president and his vice the presidency near the Sari motorcade di omanim. And now it was to be allowed, say, members of parliament, just almost 400 persons, and motorcade ebedi omanim. What are your thoughts on it?
Then the local government minister. Now, parliamentary chair, no, said he was so it was not supposed to be sent to him. But the point is that by considering the bill in any way, they have shown their hand. They have shown how they are. The women are leaders of the republic. More special rights. You live above the people. That is what is happening in so many countries among for both. To call parliament, suddenly, that's what's going on. Now, I won't tell resistance, no, and some say they won't know what is going on. And yes, Papa, a democracy, everybody is equal before the law. The amount of concession say, to me, cause speedily, I will do for parliament, who call parliament, and all attending to parliament. You can do that. So, and in your country beyond here, until you are almost no. Now, who can you say? Yes, near parliament, as long as you hear MP no go there, which means a sign your man, and you are set up. And you are set up.
It is yet year. Said the Wusi trade, the letter say, as yes, a sham for fraud, ama, a nipper be near a sham for fraud, ama, my ma.
Sanity, upper sanity. For me, a special people want the speed limit to be any. The PDR own venture. That's what was coming. A month for Ampinese and Mojana.
Now breaking the speed limit, you they buy for safety purposes, and now you they buy for privileges.
I'm not comparing the just will be how. Yeah, I'm on the maybe they safety purposes. What I said, I'm free there. Can I have the only? So I'm not to me, Bush, and I just all young man. So what I said. It will comfort at 30 no so. Go to me, dear.
Because the entire Busan say unrestricted speed limit on what we then considered as the motorway. Near to me, say 120 motorway no so. Then they said the motorway yes yeah. Now if you any more as yes me 120 no. Now who 120 or Sakwan we say so.
Say ADAKABRI yes I want my best share of much. Honestly. You don't watch the only issue. We have to use common sense. But as they say, motorway and I are congested. Yeah, can say cry is still dangerous because cars and arms no, it also do. It should be expanded. Will be as open, and they are dangerous.
Because I will share an assessment of our highways. Jobe unani say congestion. Ewo kwano so. Ubedru osino congestion. Ubedru enyinem congestion. Ubedru enyiresi congestion. Ubedru nkoko bypass or congestion. Ubedru konango congestion. Ajuso congestion. And a certain category of Ghanaians be. One more dear say ekwani bakwa na chide so a. And one say whoa. Emma say atakuleta kura so no ma say 63 tons. Yes, this atakuleta no. On free kwamu ho. Na say whoa no ma sene nko. Na no kasa bebrebe no na fe no ye be institutionalize no abeka say wait there our right to say otimi over speed otimi ebu speed limit so eninti no wo atakuleta ukuta boss enipa 30 na timi kura na munyina nchen na say nipa we mesene nko na we what's the rationale?
Oh, and then I just saw a big man. So Ghana de Sani, a big man next to him running count. That's how it shows that you are a big man. And the Amaka, many supported it. Many supported it. Now, man for outcry, and so on. I can't
because and then nipa yomania kowie say we congestion between the Liberation Road 37 Edekwa Airport Edekwa Shangri-La na kasi pimpim swa afa ambulance kura na eba obia appear not to give a hoot as to whether be ma ambulance na besere yes ankrofo ehu ahie etina legitimately ambulance I say odwedwe ho kakrama na besere kwa no ankrofo emfi. And is that the way to resolve such challenges koso yakwan so ana?
So I'm parties a congestion into almost Kojima adding, parliamentarians Kojima adding, Ohina Befa, there's a Kakran white rich. And not any almost film, I want to mean, and Fab, I want to mean, yes, I know, man. There's almost the only Mumbra, only Mumbra, don't to me boost no more call, because my job, more money is special, very important for Ghana for Ghana party.
I just say, or no doctor near Wabesna Kokolebu, nurse in Wabesna Kokolebuno, a year MP no parliament Wabetran who yesterday, doctor now attended to an emergency, nurse now attended to an emergency. No.
So, almost yeah, Mrapan, almost yeah, Mrana, and no become one. Doctors are with me is access to certain areas. Also, or also a medical doctor, no, you're on duty, you're calling for emergency, fire service. People like that.
Because other jurisdiction, Ubenya a medical doctor on call. Now, what the green a card be doctor on call, emergency. Or more people, no, but somehow, Ubia because of that green card now, about doctor on call.
Yes, Ubia is very important because people life also. So, one new one, and the dear warfare to be near Father as no comfort, in the giant chain. People will step aside willingly. Okay, because of who said important. Now, no more contact, no. And no number there, you who said, you're a big man and everything. This is what happens when privileges are given to certain people who don't deserve it. Sure. You have to try your job, you tie your bone, motor in Piaka. Over 30%. It can't in Amano. On council of the camp, and as means among one car, you may bum car. This is what is going on because they know what they are doing. And Aqua Labicruci. They do almost say they can do things with impunity. We are doing that's what is going on. For no summer, of course, a far politician. Politicians, they are taught by assassin. They are taught by dying.
Nina politicians on Facebook Live and I mean nearby Bonidin, Senidin Nunua, a dash stinkun. Or said the airline has been withdrawn. So why the noise now, ADAKABRI? And I was added to us, you are shouting too much. Please tone down your voice. Ebinie, you have ordinary citizens who are fanatically aligned to a political party. It will can't be, and I'm not going to say. And the political party who has but we are asking a question. Say, doctors, flat obititimu around hospitals, state ashe ama yatuntons aseno. Now the doctors don't live close to the hospital. Doctor no eti far away from the hospital. In an emergency, doctor ne baswa congestions on our way. Ontimi emma. And na wo kwa airline. One unit doctor no. And the yedi hun komo say, could we then begin to think about how we can get the doctor quickly to the hospital, how we can get the nurse quickly to the hospital? Now one konko sebu here ni wa biba at some samiti has say yeah, and it's a minu and when your Facebook live what that's society. No, what can we do about it?
I know that no craning because it benefits from what is going on. Okay, it benefits from what and now most of minors, I have as well because of your benefit of a sanction man. Sure. From my where I said the idea said presidential secretary assign signature for president is not acceptable. The president must sign it himself. The Jumano, you will tell on a dear by. It is possible, sir. A cherry private waba. You may not even know what you're saying. Sanyo man should stop. The president won't to me is there. Now the human is a dear no. President dear no, Kasaki. No one. Thank you. Some P. Koswa, a man, Basa, Obia, do Pebia, judges with fear to tongue. The Bubu they have that of justice. Go Buku for home to me. Yeah, no, Obia seem to me. Judges on bomb for after the end shed the pecoquity. Judge Nankasa, Judge Nankasana, ye boom down.
I just say a year cantonments, American embassy, a when you judges are dying, a private developer, one for Bukura, ma enough notice, and once on see ye bubu. Now, judges, assign a take a refuge in their colleague judges. Say young restraining crop one, now young young cancer, my daughter, near Chia from ya bubu, a dino, bear me and sons at 13 crania bubu. Yet you are my bay muna, and what say ye timid disrespecting a year establishment in this hour.
Well, I dare Kenya, Bakupe, Nipa Bakupe, the TV stopping immediate any president. Also on coffee. And two over going to say, on the touch there, and I say, Ushamwa, no credit or touch baby. Ushamwa, Sanatepa. Because Sanomana Koswa, some about on the cabin. Name of Wako, a fetch Rakobisa, a labor union, most supportive way. And that's what was going to happen. No more to me convincing leaders no more support and can one hotels and near to Kawas, Kanina, Yakan not. All my support no and man stop on. It is near say, and then of course now President who's here and he has to stop it. No. The young guy and you know who they are two forest reserve. Yes, sir. I said what to be done. I said we what to be done. Forest reserve. That told you. The who now back and some areas of greenery are very important for a big city like Accra. No, you know who's that. They sit down. That's all they want. That's all they want to do about life in this country. You cannot get the money anywhere you can get it. But get it. Now, that's why. No, sit down and then so I see that sit in the area. Sure. Your friend a trespassing. The whole could sit down, will be done as well. And yes, because of that, because we were done with corrupt judges may rule that way. I trespassing. I didn't know there. And now consider this. Trespassing. One catako kobu. Na cost be also in mind. That's how Jen so come. And no never stop for them. But corruption that was one who the Kubugunas institute and that no one.
And to say, yet, yes, in that year political class, one would to me at to talk and sassing you na ye war integrity, Obakan say assessment, I bet me away, or brother Bay and one would to me, yes, escalate me such acquisition. You bet me a bizarre.
Oh, but I mean, look, there's so many legislation betting my bar, best stopping coupons from doing it. Now, who are gonna have? Now, you pay back for who you know. The car then account $30 million. I said, we want to do that. And you'll be on so, nothing $30 million. Offer him, what if you hear about it? Or could you know for another one? To be a coward, they're doing it to say the young and yet shocking both to us. One person, $30 million. Now, Pentecost almost more. Then no more. Okay.
State capture, yeah, what to be? Now, what are your thoughts?
Oh, that is what they are doing. That is what they are doing. And the president is quiet on it. Because I said, I didn't stop. Oh, no. And no, be quiet there, and you're lawful. That's a penny for time here. I know so. Oh, police to focus and say, order from above. Order from what above. Yeah, that means it's a 24 pattern. And to Australia, and to mention it, and to a year. This is what is going on. And it's been going on for a long time. What do I say? Say, Nana, don't want to have president. You should act as like a president. Yes, somebody also can be. Why you doing what you want?
But me show, my young say, and now a Wednesday. Now what you woman, you know, Uber says president, doing his work as president of the republic. Wako a year techimentia, bechem techimentia, to Akumadan first class road wama ya several communities ewo honom ofiri honom swame runabout the interchange yomso be waba wanne ne wofase asenso buachi enam so wofiri swame interchange wasai akọ trade akọhwe dual carriage ye between Santas and about no de to aso de akọ anwankwanta really no news coming through this narrative portray the president and say he's up and doing his work and na akoso a na chiri no sa narrative about state catcher ikoso na ese somehow no yadwene wo ho esene say on the ground no dia wanam a wo ye
asani na aka ho you don't want too much noise if you no be aka che o so you know the join afi na aden na wo ka ho asem into ha na just say as obi a magician bi ya no wo se no sakaka on the right side no ni ko ha na left na you be before that's what's going on okay no plan say president Nejuma so obe perform ebi also ko hwe bia wo so ko hwe eni se empo ya tra na da na se e be he bon hin fu bia na na ya samo mo be hwe ade ma me ye tika no ni sika e tua ne ka so onye sa ade no na yesu ye ka ho and no so timi ye sa no because there was a checking cry then checking conscience there was a bit we obi ka jo se ko an tu so cause corruption cause great corruption says capture ye to way ba kuma se ko yen shi azere ho ma tonta sa no fedi to ti I don't fedi obi an ka ni
a just say ye tu onu mi golden tulip ya wo wenne abaya Lancaster obi ntimi nkwohwe meka nkyere se henefo na toye
yes
ani yatimu
o hwehwe mu abo say politicians bi na o makabo na o mato so bia nkwohwe enka ho hwe o kokra o sometimes you try to bribe people to stop it yes I be born training so da kwa o be bia ni kakra na edi na akoye na afi na akoye education 2020 na o fine enti munya o mo aneti
na bribe na ye shas ye say ye ton wo manager pade ostensibly for what
well kuvo time na be happen and I have to tell you that Mahama time be happen na do time you there agency that's what's going on no
how would you say the government has lost control ana
losing control the government wants to do but the government is doing what it wants to do and some no because in cinema and put people to task already on my guy what I say now to me echo bubu judges dangu say no class anya odia show some proof anya odia one etoma no odia echo bubu agu anka hwa no ekotia nipa cause you under arrest until federal arrest him what I say we obi anya ntwe who calls there arrest him order for our beka chese munya na ni ehwehwe mu ni wa hwan friend saying BNA and there be na and almost you say and sa ngun sa
some time back John Kofo na Asamoah Boateng information minister no also the BB by national orientation na your orientation no do we have patriotism in Ghana now ana amakuma
obi andimi kaza they say obi afisco do we be now sha no obi anu afako no anu ufa try make sure so afakezi na se chiwa amomu nyina ebi na fe fire no ya yira no what you say ADAKABRI udi na waso e dey accord fire na dey accord be a eye difa on ye dey accord difa NHZ by the one what you shall hunda
ya patriotism no ayira said ye be manipulate the citizens preferences ama da bia the citizen will be more or less akin to selecting one baba ye bone na o matwa o makasa ye aso ne do mo baaye
one sanity and mom entimi nkoso nchesa otase bone na ye di ewo ya yokroma no entimi nkoso nchesa ebedru baby ye entimi nkwani mu chesa ye se obi na baba stop you at the same bus there nam kwan very narrow the Italian town, small towns about what ship and a damn you losing Naka. What do you say? And to me, causes that. But yeah, Bobu said, this canwa, Mahama said, we have chewed the meat to the bone. And now they'll call for you, chew bone Nankasa, chew bone Nankasa.
Yes, I can't bone marrow, no.
Yeah, read that.
Na we mu nyina asoso no wayene ba wayene na na ma ti kofi poku prempe wose nanado performance no edu twam obia including menu Kwame Nkrumah no.
I not sure say that guy should not be vice president of anything, either say or very bad judgment or he's totally dishonest. What do you say? Because Nanado kept him for 8 years, or is so grateful, say he's willing to say really nonsense. He's willing to say nonsense to support him. Why? And now the normal crowd will not agree, say, or no, I had this and saying, come on. And somehow who can, let's say, Ghana has now say another, what is another Ghana be? Now, and your master. Why, yeah, there's the country, the phone team. They say, come on, and go for soon. And just say, and yes, some people.
Is it your hand when why ya diama and the Kumasia, Kokoshe, and Yansam could have been with Cassin Yansam could take Kumasia a day?
Oh, I didn't answer that, Master. I didn't answer that. You find him and yet, Janine, on your man yet. Oh,
Kumasi.
No, Kataka said it. Must not yet, Timunia, no, now, who another Kumasi. What is it? Just because when you're scanning, who want to win it, yeah, I can be.
But in all fairness, Nanado Dankwa Kufuado, Onyebi, particularly he touts himself as the education president. Who won't agree with him?
If I show, say, who ye be, and just why I do. Now, why ye year, and the effect. So be about BIB, one about no day, with a minute in his work. How be I? Now, how balance at the end of the song? Now, balance over see agenda 111. Now, see hospitals 111. As I say, no need to do lent and no what we are. That's why I did. And I say, hospital, yet to me, we don't get any services. One way, see a sicker. That's what you've done. And should be a hospital 111 in here. In here, more schools. In here, water treatment centers. And no near anything. That's all about. Your baby are now your quarter. I just said, certain sense of crowd, we are president now we are. Whoa! I didn't know we are and I'm more manable. What I say. Because that is not what is needed. The here, airport, they say, yeah. Not there, hollow. The better expanding now in the Kataka. I'm an say, yeah, 5 more years. Now, Coco Puni, now go to full for now, say, the full for now, so 2 airlines now, and at the whole quad. I know about that. This is waste.
Nanado Dankwa Kufuado performance in the education sector, no. Would you agree to his recall, say, young friend education president, no?
No. Anti-education. Because woman correct me say you know boarding school. Don't go boarding school can have those days. A whole over kesi, in them. That was it. Obi a who bones on your student. It's your mukwa, and you are name. Oh, no, I'm fab. No, Dr. This one, and Koran for almost a number. Your number can tell you, you take it to be no more. Oh, now we're better what money. Better not Koran money. Time at the time of John's Village. This is the time of Timmy in them that if you get a good nutrition. And they say, I was here. And I know I told my contract council, go see there. I'll be Papa, who be some. I don't be some.
The educational infrastructure, any education numbers, no, and the enrollment across, especially at the secondary level, no. You still not tout Kufuado as education president?
No. So 1 year primary year, and 1 year can year. Where then I got the secondary school? Or be I want to make kind. Why did I got the secondary school? And 2 pounds and cranberry, I won't go university, or back by university. And at the account, or can't on Cassie. What is the point? Now it's all education, and now it's all the numbers now here. I'm almost a past question. Yeah, the exam go on. I will hear that. I pass. Born.
Hey,
yeah, me a hobby. I saw it myself.
Okay, Oda, Maminya open. Assess the Kufuado government. A hinifa and in your view, why are they?
Why are they saying? performance indicators no who be bia make say I had a nyese bia me mpena so wo no kure na make what you say why ya dey anke da form say unim kwa ya dey so one more be 1 million no ato Volkswagen million sure now more be 1 million no ato Toyota 20 one ya dey asem no yan compare ye yes we build way ona na ko tutu form of build here Katiza no work at the there Katiza why should that happen Bible focus say when o kusi a banner on tra hono o se sika o no ho te beso ansa na o start yes o ko se June 5 na fisika na amount for best that is what the Bible says.
So in the energy sector, what will be your comments relating to Akufo-Addo performance?
Lepacho, Doomson, I will say, Doomson is not as severe as Mahama last minute. I'm here for sure. Now, you know, the last minute,
in the energy sector, you still not, applaud him.
Because here the ADAKABRI, ECG is about collapse. What is Chinese for the new meters in the movie? Chicken sector, no, energy sector.
No, still, would you say the back will stop with Nanado? I can't afford a year of such areas.
It stops with him. Nobody else. That's how the system is designed. The Uber 4 years, a honey key now, and the jail. A few restrictions within the law. Not a beneficia. One year in Casa only. 1 year in Casa on an Amana Bassa. 1 year in Casa. Okay,
my young son share in another breath for Sosono. Said to me CI assessment, Dr. Richard Amakumba. Say in the Asante region, would a year gold at the national kittinum, would the timber aba national kittinum, would the a year taxes would the aba national kittinum, would the cocoa aba national kittinum. If you are to make an assessment, just an overview of it, of some normal 4 way cocoa, timber, gold, and tax revenue, internal tax revenue. There would be government, central government, so the central rating in terms of development, balance sheet, no kind of saying.
Negative. What I say, some normal wabo body, Nina will come 100. So what I say. Now, so what my highness in Nana in Yeska Fima. Then you form of science to say, go for Yedi. Now, almost they said the Chinese for the
but Doc Maple considered opinion, no. Because I was say all regions, all districts, you bet me I cast a legitimate template. Say, you're the way about national, you're the cocoa aba, you're the saying a timber aba, you're the gold aba. Taxes is why you be Western region for grad ambassador oil account. And I want your considered opinions that the idea bano in terms of development, would you know say no negative keke?
Yeah, I see it. What you say? Oil no better and it's going down. Coco, number 1 producer. Conform. It's a Cote d'Ivoire and he wants to distant second. Okay, now I'm saying once you say Ghana for import cocoa from Nigeria. He imported cocoa from Nigeria and Cote d'Ivoire. He from nothing, and then Ebanasa. Until who can numbers here? I don't care about numbers. You see the things on the ground. Say you no cry, you can go full suicide. What I say. And who did numbers not the kicker say, and a year saying, okay, my child. Then they got to me. Why are they stand there? Then they got to come and kiss.
Hey, Nentia Daya Cassia Cassia, yes, Unu, Echo, Ohumasi Hilltop, Woody Free Greek in Sama, Edeko, then Chamoso, a year at Tachima, Shadia almost see on the left side and the right side in your
Okay, yes, is it what? Now, who say, ABR lost priority, misplaced priorities, and no come on here watching.
No more first can or him for no this is Adano.
I need this almost. I say, only your
It is Sikawo or mine moon.
Oh, the cat you do, I'm saying, your couple was your case here. About when I don't know.
Eti bosia no ani egusu aye dia ma private people so anyanya bi di sisi anan no.
Sir, Bosian, certain private people, the other one that can call bank now, call Cassa, Mom's Bosian, catch yourself for and Cassa Brands.
Because the nekra konase ukonase ukope bosia kra dia koto ejapade a ombeka cho say they will not secure the bosia on ejapade no. Sa kokofa efie na no yire no matimu no. Esa fa be ye collateral ansa na ye de ama o say Bank of Ghana na esie.
So one ya be two of them.
Acha ya be two baby ano yire no makra set. Hey, ebi to no machine so pa o. Ave me hwe the cement sector. Manufacturing very key for this economy. And then the manufacturing sector no, you want investment into the sector. Obi the say industrial subsector hwe adanya yesisi ene said the LIB so parliament intending to control prices of cement products. I'm investors into the cement manufacturing investors o mani abre doc unu ni saying
A bit complicated because even though your economy is supposed to be based on capitalism, free trade, free competition. But in the time, I know sometimes it is one some restrictions. Even the U.S. cry and you have free trade. More wow, do we have now slow this certain that na hakoso kaka tani now yet somebody's interest and somebody's interest a certain group's interest be trace come and be no the so do work as the power anything the say it does not trickle down to the ordinary person. No what to know and then the idea ordinary person, no won't talk. What I say, yeah, dear. Do you know my idea? And I just say, Cornu primary one. I'm in fact, I need a politician be now. Also, I resign or parking of work. So, bribes are why reaching me now or big check, but Sunday when you come home. But you bet the Bama by. So, those are the people we need.
Yo, finally, Dr. Richard Yawamakuba. Finally, flag bearer of the new patriotic party, and then on Namwa war born to way. Na Udika kai. Mumbaziani mame, and the Jay na Nadua, and Nadua Sincha, Edistia Namanua, is at the helm. I water to the Norma. I fed yet Adian chain and cabins and shame. Mumva Mahama mami for the debate. Mumva Mahama mami. What you know what I'm saying?
Me you know because I'm so. I may advise him, Mahama. I'll tell him not to do. And you're by force all going to be.
Hey, that's Mama and Cosana Mama slow no.
Oh, well, there be yes, sanity. Well, what you at the end of the day? Church say, if I or want something to gain, or not the person or yet a debate no more. What I say. I don't have anything to gain. I mean, no, I'll be side by side. Let's just say, I mean, no, to who, what would you make me pain? No. Now, the old Nana, the catcher, Mahama say, so on no, for MPP, on any debate. Yes, I don't know. You are increasing your own status. Debate, Mahama Bada. Who's would I owe? Any moment. It is. Can the only say, just the move. Who say yes, a baby, and
but now we call University of University of Professional Studies. I call here bold solutions vision statement. So actually, the obey now one can be.
Oh, there be mankind because there are certain things you are yayo grumpa. Then come once. Now until say come once, we are not going anywhere. What you say? Woman say your friend say Mahama or say 24-hour economy. I know this, and you're very viable. So one more move, there are big economies in Ukraine, but they will find it very difficult. And even now, don't you rest at any time? What about rest if you are? I don't know that time will be arrested. What's the point?
Dr. Makube, Dr. Mahmoud Baumia was a vision bold solutions. Within the vision statement. Echo war UPSC. And actually, JDM John Dramani Mahame and also in an encounter with the Trades Union Congress, and also the vision statement, as part of it, also incorporating a 24-hour economy. I can once me. Besides, Omumieni so be as on far, even Newan manifesto cry MPP apare nipa 319. Besine manifesto my NDC manifesto unno eda ebeba. Nanso you have another person, the Afro-Franco gentleman, Alan Kojo Chematin. He has brought about the Great Transformation Plan. What me actually, I remember when said Obesia Buninina, but it appears we are not reading. It appears we are not elevating contents of the Great Transformation Plan. What do you make of it?
I know, Ghana for culture, a political culture, and I know they has evolved into two main parties. And the third party back, like I say, I'm on form team, but Kaka, you know, who was spending away, and then the Papa for the third party. I say, conform, we know one or Casamo. Nipa or Mokasa for any third party or some of those. We know her, no, we know her, no, we know her, Obeziana catch up, and I say, the party for
the party for so 4 months into the next elections, not manifesto cry and tell Henry.
Oh, no, manifesto, no. The fine of you, if you can't come somewhere, Uncle Jim now, you need to know.
It will change university for political science, political history, and then come back and catch your money.
I remember my own theater for records, for for history, no bad. And the Coty is saying the manifesto must inform the performance of the government. No, I just exercising futility. I put it so much at the end of the war opposition. It's manifesto in many ways, because you don't know how the economy is. You don't know truly how the whole country is and what they see on that. As they say, who go do we are no answer from so I don't know me kind of one phantom channel. They can name says anity. Now name say what I say. That is what happens. Obi happens over. Obedru there's no money. Weber, there's no money. So a quarry based economy, so who the quarry based the quarry-based economy, that's statistical service. The economy national. I'm we are also a month. Costumona, you crew. So this economy now,
you will fire. Nana no wunia Donald Trump so de nyankropa na ji no na akwete na so chezeka wo yi na firi o se tim
sanity and someone say we are politics don't be an extremist say the government that will run for one side you have to be moderate so obi able say conservative you somehow can be then we the all kind of said well we are abefobi omo nkan ho e o say yim for mu fu krom ha and this idea no ba and no nti hu say nipa no ko ho no nko for complaining the secret service are ko bi you they didn't mind him because Trump rally go work here aircraft you call you na di etioko a capital US capital no man go and it and ya omo nwa so
and let's just say when it could be a sentence of the January 6th insurrection, Nana.
Yes. No, supporters almost the Tioba. That's what we could
Hey.
And they didn't pay attention to it. So being crown or climb onto the building and what you might cost to our gauge BBI shooting again and some that is failure. There's a man,
but at least as the Trump also sustains momentum as a or prep Joe Biden up baby at all.
Oh yes, but there's still time. There's still time. I don't know what is going to happen. Don't be Biden there ever resign. Now Kamala Harris also up picking. He has to pick a white male, light spread. That is what the Americans are afraid of. What I say. And so, a pretty good white man and conforming more, I don't think Trump can win. Ono de you say, on lose comment. Okay, I say, oh, can be dia or customer fact near fact no waka. No penny be.
Na say ja nye sa so no mo so pe.
Well, they want to hear it. I feel go check here. Woboa. Na dey say me. Na say ya ka be awasa. Timiki kan say
Yeah. Ofaya kokko pe ba bi san ko butu e. Na nyame nhwe so ye de wase pa.
No, no them.
Right. Dr. Richard Yamuakumba and I would say in the studios. Engineer Peter Antwibu Asiakon of the New Patriotic Party already seated in his customized Lacoste or Hase and Obafefe Rodlin Ayana Movement for Change Oblique Alliance for Revolutionary Change on also Ewa Hase Haruna Kingsley Amaliba of the National Democratic Hey, my message be my mingas message na me back to Mr. Mo mi hunya to mi wie. Hey. Azuzika so awasem so so. Already. Machia panyin machia misaka message na osika so na wasem so so. But be mo drupa o. And former minister be no dear Bremy was the ADAKABRI Uzigas and was Susa GB way. Hey, no present in a year, Juma air ground, and so no be auntie, or the Namtachimentia, or the Nambechim there, ma at the Quacomanda, Ubi auntie, one in a year swam runabout, Ubi auntie, one in a year, Pachin number 2, Ubi auntie. Name the Ayatia, they say, you got out the night way, you have to assassi way. Hey! Peter, the other tea.
I don't know what here.
I don't know what here. I saw me my research into
What's happening, so my country.
Nah, I didn't know any mainstream.
A mainstream will be any president or could be a choir on my fefe. Into me who didn't want to be Obiate. Let me tell him, Mate. Into one and tia.
What he can do me.
Mintohe. Matobia, Kamatobiacho.
That's what you say. You're fun to show.
I'm propaganda. Hey,
Mammy can go Facebook Live now.
I'm a good baby. Our casa bed 20 minutes. Maybe you assemble Parabec. I'm a head of department. I'm a political scientist. And cow buy a topic near the Mawa. You make analysis and come with a conclusion. Or casa I be and I got secondary school for your moment or no. Ba Dr. Makoba. That Ben out is one no and PC or the school museum may be feeding Munya. One not with that. One another command. You are not going to become. Why not is what big number when you're any? Oh, so propaganda papa way or and yet on pep about where some from day one now. Try so be contesting for chairmanship. I want people. Yeah, women's one power and yes, will resign you. And no. And I'm often Tima only a coup for the niche abacocra. And Papa Panimu, you claim to be a member of NPP, and always you speak until I was questions in two parties are buy we or buy one idea abacocra. Papa, a scientist, a political scientist also no way. Can you imagine? Oh, sir, can you imagine? I'm a political scientist. I mean, you don't speak like this. I don't think who be here say or Bobby wasted 20 minutes of anybody's time. It's not fair. I've listened to him number of times, but I don't think he's there.
Engineer, initiative in the manufacturing sector. I can't say Kwania cement minister ne first one. Somehow I was here who baby and yes I know so no manufacturers everywhere or my masika. Was it not a good point I was supporting?
What things are or Babecas are reduced? What is what suggesting anything I hear, concrete I do we in debating as someone can about always interviewers, interview now. They always set leading questions for him and he follows them. That's all. As small no follow. I mean a political scientist. What's the meaning of this? I think that we need better now. I mean, you see, he's attached on this government. And I'm telling you, I think we will come to that. This government has performed far better. Far better. And you want to make including Mukwame Nkrumah. Oh, of course. I think we'll come to that.
Including your Kwame Nkrumah.
I think Napo was 100% right.
Thank God for the lights
that.
here.
We'll come to that.
Including your Kwame Nkrumah. Including your Kwame Nkrumah.
What is so annoying a moon? So they are school be moved. The moon, yes, my teacher is a money. I'm a to form about money. What is what I'm
to for there was Shasasi.
Oh,
I'm a company.
What is what I'm a company? Dr. Magoma. What is one and PCS and one magic school be? What is a money?
May can messages back to this.
You think feeding 1.3 million students a day and a year and who fear problem bia and more crab honey bino. What's what I'm one who we have done it.
You've starved
even
our
time
children.
And fears such as Queen one. This kind of problem was there. At that time will come, there'll be a sort of food.
Please.
Of course, yes. What is the so good that come to them?
Oh, sir.
Oh,
You're doing very well.
There's so many that are very hungry.
Always,
very
every
hungry.
day, morning, afternoon, evening.
Very
and
hungry.
it's not easy.
Constant year.
It's not easy. It is not easy. You go school, have a Garuka did that. Now, school feed you very well. Why a professional would use again?
Oh, no. We want our children to have. We want our children to have better. We want our children to have better. Things we didn't have, they should have.
I think I appreciate what the government has done. And I tell you, the next 10 years, this country will not be the same because of
we are not even going to give you another 6 weeks after the
Look, OSHA records since a fear such as by any measures on the we have the better results today compared to the average pass and about 48%. We are now clocking about 70%. Are we not doing well? The whole of Africa, 2023, West Africa examination exams, the first best 3 students,
but this is the first time. This happened before.
It happened. You see, we need to appreciate what the government is doing.
Mamin kind messages kakra and be rest assured so say ground rules no obey umebule no.
Oh, me bullying.
Mamin reading messages kakra on Facebook Live. I'm a good to form so shasa.
I'm a madam then you do not come anymore. Dr. Makupa dia
na 10 August a year ben wo abo amaya profodwa me hono bus do do e dey
10 August or 24th. I know said 24th August. And Yenya Penny, Mr. Bechi, Bechi, yes, on the
that 24th, yes,
I think it's 24th, yes.
Oh,
yeah, it's I mean, not even 1 week, 1 week there, and Crano.
Now, I need to say,
I'm very good. I mean, just so although you're
just a group behind 6 buses are Modeko.
You're good from a Hinkra Copim KY, Yanka Crum. I mean, when you never oh,
Nami, baby,
oh, dear bra, Obama, them fear.
I remember the fear
them fear.
Laptop is your money.
Be come laptop, the Yankas are made the Memians. I'm going to my charges you. No one to say chum.
We
Ghana
the new Ghana and the old Ghana.
Hey, one house open laptop. Miss me charge this. I don't know what we want to know.
That means
what laptop.
Kinelli on Facebook Live. I'm watching you live from Kaswa High Tension. Elisha Tay Asafwache. JDM will make Ghana cards accessible on your smartphone. Peter Buache, my vote is for Chief Alan. I like your program. Thank you. Emmanuel Kujo, Wasuwapa, good afternoon. I'm watching you live from Asankrewa in the Western region. No debate, no debate. MPP government, very fraudulent party. And then Kwame Sapon, Amuakumba or Amache Buate, Omumi Nuna Dukadaya. And Abbas Uro Abubakar, widely known as Mr. Abbas inside Awushi says, Mr. ADAKABRI, keep up the good work. Ghanaians are going to vote against this incompetent government. Foster Bequeen, Mr. Host, please If you are not talking about Alan plans, we the votes are going to vote for him to become the next president of Ghana. That's Stinkon. The LI has been withdrawn. So why the noise now, ADAKABRI? And then he continues. You shouting too much. Please tone down your voice. Osabere Makwame, Alan John Kwajo Chematin is the future of this country. Let's vote for him. And then Abner Ampofo comes in. Offer good afternoon. Please, what the ministers and MPs are doing, are behaving like tin gods in Ghana. If all Ghanaians will agree with me, we can vote them out for them to see their smoothness level. And then Abraham Pafugo replied to Abraham Teba by saying, go and sleep if they are making noise. And then Kwame Sapon, Minia Bear Osaba and ADAKABRI, stop ranting in respect of this caller. You deliberately called this man to insult Nanado as always. The LI was amended by a parliamentary committee, but this man will blame Akufo-Addo. It makes you happy when he does that. And then Abraham Pofu comes in. The duopoly of the two parties, MPP and NDC, is what is retrogressing our country. Let's vote them out. Let's support the independent presidential candidate, Alan Kwajo Chematin, to implement his policy of a union government. It will stop the great loot and share. And then there's a reply from Francis Berchi. Yeah, you wouldn't do that. He should talk because it has been withdrawn. It's Ghana for you, useless. Oh, come on, yeah. Francis, watch me. And then Kwame Sapon comes in and then goes, state capture for the rear. And then Abner Ampofo replies him, open your eyes, oh, Ghana is sinking. And then Kwame Sapon comes in. When the citizens become patriotic, it won't sink. This man, dear, it's never made sense that. And then Abraham Pofu comes in. Your stomach is full, Abi. You are using your Ghana card to go to the market, so everything is okay for you. And then Kwame Sapon comes in again. Over 300 factories of Nkrumah were sold, and this man is blaming Nanado's government. Tell me, who owns the Senate catering houses scattered across Ghana? Sometimes I wonder how this man even think. And then he goes, Amwakumba. And then Al-Hassan Ibrahim Akafia replies, Abner Ampofo, my brother, Alan Chematin was the roof when it collapsed, and he put himself out and pretended he was not part of those under the roof. Now, which Alan are you talking about? When he was the trade minister and seeing the economy collapsing, has he resigned, or what are you talking about? We don't want any tribal politics. I will kuche God's word. God bless you, Dr. Mwakumba. You are a generational thinker, and I salute you. Manuel Jose, ADAKABRI called himself a journalist. Is Ashanti region the only region in Ghana at the Jose Buame may say in the Ashanti region, or the gold buy, or the timber buy, or the cocoa buy, and what your taxes? In return, tell them they are also so dear man. Gold no de buy no, timber no de buy no, cocoa no de buy no, taxes no. Tell them the other Western region, or the gold buy, or the timber buy, or the cocoa buy, or the oil buy, or the taxes so about the piece. Tell the Western region for one to say, is it not fair? We will continue to talk about that. Why? The Manuel Jesse, I know the Yana Bakiano. Abner Ampofo, trade minister is now finance minister, and the Magnus Ochre. The national cake must be shared equally, period. Abner Ampofo, is Ashanti region not the supposed stronghold of the MPP, and they have not done anything there. I'm an Ashanti, and I know what I'm talking about. And the Magnus Ochre, we the floating voter must be helped in making affirmative decision. In my opinion, if ex-President Mahama refused to debate, then I'm afraid he's lost the battle before it began. Case closed. Oh, come on. Manuel Jose Jaisa. I may be stupid to you, but Jaisa Simuno nothing. Okay? Jaisa Simuno. You're pursuing a debating. Jaisa Simuno. If I'm a stupid journalist, don't listen to me. Okay? How many man kawaya enyo hute but onyini kakra onyini kakra ha onya hute free mo. I mean sometimes program we now comment if you disagree tell the person why you disagree. So nadwene nko ho go di ne partner no will not change nipa no or the go Dubai or the timber buy, or the cocoa buy, taxes so direct taxes what you be. And you won't me catch it and say, "U timber ad buy any, u cocoa ad buy any, u gold ad buy any, taxes at any." In return, I dear way, I'm smile the amount, and into a positive because one can uncle was Anna, you can't question them. Aye, and yes, we never try to obey you, baby. Nipper, why are you stupid? So that be also with you.
And until Alan can say behavioral change, mindset change. It's a must. It is one of our cardinal points. I was a year of room to change our mindset. Change our mindset.
And that's all put it here.
I saw changing mindset.
What in the guest in the back?
Oh, Omra.
Who's so hopeful?
Mindset change.
I'm not going to say,
Friend, I'm saying, what no, the only hand, I mean, this was it. Alan, so bad no be share debate, no be share about Yana, but Alan Peso, ye debater, presidential debater. Ning for any cheddar money, a gummo, and your presidential candidate. He's not a presidential candidate. Alan is not a
presidential candidate.
He is not a presidential candidate. He is an independent candidate.
An independent.
He's an independent candidate. Of
independent presidential candidate.
Political party flag bearers. Don't know that political party flag
nothing
bearers.
in the constitution that does not allow for an independent candidate.
Yes, you can go,
and
but
therefore we will debate. We will debate Baumia. We will debate Baumia. We will debate Bahama.
I will be on more control you. So I flag bearer now go just a debate. Open debate uncle party papa no uncle debate.
It's a movement. It is a movement. It is entitled, and when the time comes,
he is entitled for a debate, but he should debate cheddar.
We are debating.
Alan should debate cheddar.
We are debating John Mahama, and we are debating cheddar. Everybody, we are debating everybody.
Nobody has time for him.
You have time. Ghanaians have time for us.
Nico equal for.
Ghanaians have time for us.
Independent candidate.
Ghanaians have time for us.
Political flag bearers.
So in your view, a debate benefit and Ghanaians ever draw from a debate between Dr. Bawumia and John Mahama.
It is so important.
Duopoly.
Extremely
important. A duopoly that must be picked out.
You see, the policy
total failure.
Policy be bad. We want to hear from the horse's own mouth.
No, what we are saying is, we no one limiting to say, John Mahama,
2-horse race,
and your friend say Bawumia, 2-horse race, and I will say,
and that is the fact.
Alanche Martinino, Nico equal any cheddar no, right? Because I'm going to say 1-5 kwedo nkwanka ho.
Kwedo nkwanka so what party? What registered party?
Nti kwedo nkwanka
debate.
Of course yes.
No.
Has been bold enough to register her political party.
No, is it a requirement?
No, it's not a requirement. It is not a constitutional requirement.
Contest as a flag bearer. No. As a political party for no. No person contesting the party. No questioning them. No church was an independent party. No. Debate.
We are debating anyone.
Nobody has time for him.
Unless you are afraid to debate us.
It may be.
Yes, unless they are afraid to debate us, because we are ready to debate Bawumia, to debate Mahama any day.
He wants to feel that relevance.
Why would Dr. Bawumia not debate Alan?
Why won't he not debate Alan?
What must he debate Alan?
Because he's a presidential candidate, also aiming to rule this country.
Is he a flag bearer of any
political party? He's a presidential candidate.
Anybody can be a presidential candidate. Anybody.
Flag bearership.
Anybody can be a presidential candidate.
Does the representation of the People's Act, does it require you to belong to a political party?
It doesn't. There's nothing like that in our constitution.
Answer why president.
No, not as a president, but you must be a member of a political party.
Answer. Because the representation of the People's Act, does it require you to become a flag bearer of a political party?
That's what I'm saying.
And that is the cardinal rule.
And the minimum muko equals.
Yeah, equals. Our
parliament.
In fact,
who could do parliament? Na say ye majority. So when you're independent, who now choose to say me independent. I don't belong to any political party. Me person me because who know who need identity in parliament. Do you have any
That is
identity
what
in
makes us.
Na
That is what
president,
makes
no, no.
us able to say that we want to debate
Parliament,
you.
no, or
We want to debate you.
Parliament, no.
The president is the president of the nation. He goes there to
And you
give.
understand that why you in Crawford no
Ah, when you in Crawford,
I'm just saying.
why you in Crawford? Was it MPP ni okay? Who Peter say na okay?
But he has to go there.
NDC ni bi na
we
okay.
are
Why you
going
know?
to the
He has to
same
go
people.
there to give
We are going
State
to
of
the
the
same
Nations
people. We are going
address.
to Ghanaians
So if Alan wants to
to
have
demand
an
for their
identity,
mandate.
to
Would
be
you
able
take
to
anybody?
debate.
Would you take anybody out from telling Ghanaians what he stands for if the person is not does not belong to a political party?
This duopoly is
No,
going.
he can be. He
Your
can stand for
duopoly is
anything.
going. We are going to kick you two out.
He can stand for anything.
We will
That is
kick
fine.
you two out.
Nobody can
For
stop
a
anybody.
government of
by
national
portraying
unity.
himself, he stands for this. That's fine. But I am saying to Alan that if he wants to debate in a political presidential debate, he should go and debate his co-equals.
And I am
his
saying,
co-equals.
I am representative of Alan Chirematin on this seat. We will debate you and the Mahama and anybody else.
And there's when you chance and walk.
Yes, we will debate everybody.
On your chance, no.
No, no.
Oh, sir.
We are looking for political parties, and I'm going to debate.
There is nothing in the constitution that stops Alan from debating
What does he
anybody.
belong to?
Okay.
So Uncle Fiano more organized be more on the chat for any goon for any
Really?
baby no my not do a waste political parties for time. I don't know anything.
Exactly.
We want this
Political
debate
parties
to come
are
on.
nothing has
We
come
want
out
this
of
debate
it.
to come on.
Nothing has come out of it.
Spend 1 year and tell us about 24 hours and nobody knows what it stands for. Come and tell us exactly what it is.
You have been there. We have produced our plan for Ghana.
What's my plan? Wait?
Aren't you
your plan?
worried?
Where is
ADAKABRI, let me ask you.
What's my plan? Wait?
Let me
Where
tell
is your manifesto?
Fine.
What's
me
my
tell-
manifesto? Wait?
Let me ask you.
All the monies you've been collecting.
If I were you,
You know.
if I were this woman, nka saa yellow book you pay, nka me
Your
baby.
friend Rodaline. Continue going forward.
Madam Rodaline.
Yes,
Madam
yes,
Rodaline.
yes.
Madam Roda, yes.
Okay, this woman, and you're politically.
Okay, sorry.
But it's a
Yes.
language
Seven
that
minutes. I didn't know her. I
It
did
goes
not
on.
know her name.
But at the end, I don't think he's that kind of a person. So I'm
So
okay.
at the end, I mean yellow bookie. Semenina, come the bishop motum. Na me mubi enkro. You know why?
This
This book
transformational
was
plan.
launched about 2 weeks ago. More than 2 weeks now. I have never heard any newspaper publish a single item from it. Aren't you worried about it? Nobody takes Alan seriously. I'm telling you. Nobody takes him seriously.
I
He has
see.
spent time to publish this important book. No, here, quality is very good. I have taken my time going through most of the parts. And no one sees Alan as a serious person to take because the man has lost.
He hasn't lost. That is the government of the day.
Or say,
The divisive rule now.
because you describe it as an important book, and you've taken your time to even
Look at
read
it.
it.
Yes.
It is at the Papa Bikura or Honomwa.
The fact that
Whose
if Alan
decision
should-
is it to say, yeah, we will stick to the two parties. We will not talk about other things.
The bearer of that book, the leader of that book, is who is a concern here. Media in the country don't see Alan as a serious person. And for that matter, they don't take him seriously. Yellow book from him, they don't take it serious. Nothing from him that people take,
So we will
take
not
it seriously.
I mean, your longest trade minister in history, you will not take him serious.
I personally, I think he's got some knowledge, he's got experience, he's got some skills.
So how come the media will not take him serious?
Because of the attribute, the attitude
Which
he
media?
has portrayed.
Hasn't he appeared on your
Because
program?
of the
He's been on
attitude-
TV3. He's been on GH1.
Well,
he's been everywhere.
struggling to even
No, he's been
get people to
everywhere.
listen to him. And people,
People
Obacha
are
had
listening
2
to him
hours.
because
Obacha had
Okanyan
2 hours.
Sasem.
I'm telling you.
Okanyan Sasem.
Dr. Mahama and I said Dr. Mahama 2 hours. The following week, there will be news every day. Alan came and sat here for 2 hours. There was not a single headline he was able to make. He spoke out of this yellow book, and 2 weeks after that, I'm telling you, no one has read this book.
And no na mete ha, and no na mete ha, a whole president. Akwa baby a minimum.
Alan launched a book, at least through the pages of the Chronicle. Chronicle, I'll give them credit. They usually publishes
It
stories.
depends on the interest of the media
about
house.
Alan.
I just told you.
No. But your system be has to see and say, Unisika or stories, Emma.
Oh, yes, Kasem.
It is all that.
Yes,
The
yes,
media houses, we just spoke about it. Media houses that are aligned
okay,
to
don't congratulate me
MPP
making better
will not.
headline. It's Alan.
Yeah, for Jomina Kwashe, they know about this book.
Akwadonko is able to make better headline than
Go
Alan.
to town.
Alan is just struggling to be.
It's not a
He's
threat.
just working to be
Alan-
relevant in the system.
Me say, Ekwadonko
nobody
is not
cares
a
about him
threat
now.
to you.
And
That is
PP,
why.
We are serious. Oh. We are winning this.
Okay, Peter,
we want
I
to-
said
we want
we
to
are
break-
winning.
we want to break the
I
end.
don't think
Mamutu
Ashanti
Asem.
region wants a mix.
If Alan were to be the flag bearer of MPP, would MPP suffer any mishap?
Oh, why? If the party itself decided, say, "Oh no, I mean, why not? And that is why NPP, we do not select people, we elect people. All our leaders are elected, and for that matter, you go through that rigorous means of selection, and we elect you. And when we elect you, we all rally behind you.
And I watched a video,
and that is what he couldn't go through because he couldn't sell his message to anybody.
I watched a video, Madam, Mrs. Akosi Osei Frima, Mrs. Frima Osei Parry, Chief of Staff, no say, Ashanti region ye bibia. It is all registered voters in the Ashanti region. Omo kotoa ba ne Ghana 80%. Dia ye betu no baby abebo no baby ano. It doesn't matter. If indeed such was her position there, a dear intina was a fed Ashanti no, na running mate na moko.
Mate.
Oh, running mate from Ashanti region. In him say the party no because ni Fruma if you Ashanti region. And PPs, you know, ni Fruma and if you Ashanti region. And now ye running mate. Ye perceive breaking 8. Where can we garnish more votes? Can we get it from our stronghold? Is it going to help if we take somebody from there? And he came out and said, yes, it's a good idea we take somebody from there. And there's nothing wrong. Say, yeah, and everybody knew, say, the running mate is definitely going to come from Ashanti region. And I don't see anything wrong. Say, yeah, prepare home. I mean, this wasn't an election. It was the prerogative of the flag bearer to choose somebody. And we had number of people.
Okay, young come
number of people.
Young come substantive issues at that one. Adumaku Befi Richard, also Chief Financial Martin, is the way for Ghana's development. Nemiatu Abudu, also for good afternoon, watching you live from Saudi Arabia. And I'm here to want to say, wisdom, Fiashi Day. It is a must that the MPP account for their stewardship. The only way to ensure that is when they are booted out. And or they Ebaye. Abdul Aziz Haruna, very loud in Lagos, Nigeria. Greetings to you, Mr. ADAKABRI. Assalamu alaikum. And Ose Oyibo Buatin neighboring Achuma. The debate will enlighten Ghanaians, the best candidate with good qualities. I hear Abnampov was a Peter is bleeding. Abna the episode about wow. Was it Peter is bleeding? I hear Kwesi Reynolds in Aguna or Dobin Bragua. Was the greetings watching you from right, Yamra. In recent times, as a government, yes, o two and a mon piano na Ghana for no overwhelming. Government yes o two and a mon piano na Ghana for no overwhelming. Is it a case of the government no planning a normal year? Is it a case of opposition for no man no yet drain? Is it a case of the Ghana for na they come overwhelm government at all times? So we begin to ask, what exactly is happening now? As a government no full power, yeah. Rodland, me yentiwe.
Oh no, your government.
Yentiwe agwenansa. Na ene ana ono so bebem.
ADAKABRI. Enkoye. Na sa ade enkoye, that is what happens. Dissent no e wo form. Obia feel pinch no. What you say? I don't know for us in the Great Afrofanto Party, the butterfly. Ya drink and say it's only a unity form of government. A national unity government that will save this country. Because I didn't acquire party sem two-way events. Say one can and the obeda come. You know, I wouldn't be able to, but there's a phrase I want to use to say, what do you can BBBB? What I say? Very good. And you know, I don't know why I say Ghana no, and then
you cook football no.
Yeah, cook football. Way by my scratch my back, I scratch yours. BB sir. And then you look around, say, Obi what I say, it's okay. It's okay because you belong to the group that is okay. And this anka banisa, was anka Ghana ni bia sorry, we should be along the same lane. But a ban is saying, and a bar say, a binomo 80 year, and a binomo dia quata. A binti ye cra, and no kojoma, hey, and no pay, wokoto fuwela yatum. What you say? All this, nature say, for some people it's okay. It doesn't matter. That's how it's supposed to be. I don't think that's the right way to go. Adentina ekura yetim. Aye one sase. Yen to me nwe aduane maya ho. One district, one factory, one district, one dam, $1 million per constituency. Ni na yete wo krom ha. But it came to a time your tomatoes krom ha 1 for 5 cities. And you want Ghanaians to clap for you. Say, continue. Break the 8. Breaking him for 8. With what? With a commoner at the end. And I said, Yang. Maybe no, I was reading something. You see, Kolebu, OPD, Yatum. I mean, things are just going haywire. Nothing seems to be working in this country. And yet we are gagged. More Biancasa. And as I'm speaking, it's not just like MPP. NDC Suba is NDC from Kwan AD. MPP for MPP. What about the rest of us, the floating voters? Now you can't want your 2 Abama woman. Our expectations in Yama, your person, woman, Yamaying. Our roads, our water, the electricity that must be affordable for everyone. All those things. Is it because woman you trebi mamo? And I said, woman your contracts here, woman all sorts of things, all sort of amenities. What's saying? Obia enjoying. Some few people are enjoying it. So at the end of the day, we are sorry. You feel say Ghana, and of course they will say that people have done better than some people. It is not a question. Say, "Oh, sorry, I'll be seeing that no wakoto with a different name." That doesn't mean you built it. Renaming things doesn't make you education anybody. What you say? And to say Ghana now you from the very onset. This government and they said they were going to build a new Ghana. And that's exactly what we are seeing. A new impoverished Ghana. Just say, as a member of Afrafanto, we have decided that agriculture will be one of our main issues. We will tackle agriculture with all that we can so that food will be affordable. If food is affordable, Obia or Ghana, at least you can afford to eat well. We did it fine. Why dream by Juma? Because I say a common ma a nipa p I drink and shed and yeah, you mentioned that the government say penny a yaw wine. What do I say? Because I was sorry no pa. That's went to me and you can to her ma we year no ma. By all Miss Walker office no be the answer ba we be yan young. Sana didn't acquire. You understand? And it's as somebody there a bino and enquire. A mambuno enquire.
And that's a be beyond Masubiana.
Because you're enjoying knee-jerk reactions on quo. Oh, sorry, I'll say, and Crawford say, way I bay ye, or be banner, say, or met me the way about all say, Famano. Without thought provoking, they don't even sit to think. And I say, it in your maiba. What do I say? Otherwise, Ella, I can say, MPs in your may. I mean, you've already tackled that, but why? Servants tend to lords. You have gone there, you want to lord it over us. And yes, sir. And a Kwame Nkrumah, a coon and in Crawford and say Ghana and yet. And then you to make a chair and say he even to coming even economic independence now can't obey you can't even you have even sunk us lower. Ghana has sunk 15 cities 60 something pesos to $1. And yet you want to break 8. Break 8 where? When we can't even afford medications. ADAKABRI, a draw. Common medications are high blood pressure, for BP, BP no, any diabetes. Acquire some because of the way the system is. Ochinobe sorry, Yakobu for dying, and nothing is happening. And all that brings stress and pressure. What I wouldn't to minto. Medications that I used to buy sometimes was 15 cities and then 60 cities. It's just too much. Yet there's no work. Oh, by the time we dino. And sometimes you look at it and it has political undertones. You understand? So all these things, and I'm a Ghanaian, say no, say a bino, it feels say, oh, the way things are going, my for Wimbra, oh, now you're boy gonna so. Because we don't seem to understand what is happening. We need, it was said to me, Eya Niama, a day in Kabomoba. but we are very divisive. This particular MPP government is very divisive. Very, very divisive government it is. And no nama ye breno. It's just party before country. It's wrong. Party before country, you must be patriotic enough to think about the well-being of the people of this country and the country itself. But not just for your own and a small group of you, lording it over the rest of us.
And you believe the movement for change, Alliance for
We believe in that, yes. That we
could
can
do something about
We
this.
can do that. We can bring change because we are dealing with everybody. You included, everybody else as a Ghanaian, we were not going to deal with anyone that is going to bring this country down. And it's one of our cluster reasons. Patriotism, nationalism. You understand? The right for people to have a positive mindset of work. It is not a question of say, Wobema minister, wakwatina ho, now so we share in train in outer. Outer no is empty, in no is full. On baby, shani dying.
Onya Juma. It's performance charter biennial.
There is no performance charter.
Hey.
So you just put people based on either its ethnicity.
And who is to ensure the minister performs?
The president is supposed to be able to appoint people that he knows can deliver. You just don't
and
appoint any chronic.
Supervise them.
And the chief of staff must be up and doing and supervise them. And caution them. Pull them to order.
Because it's very surprising, say, in-tray I am,
Yes, but at the end of the day, no, you are having a chief of staff who was also running around looking for vice. As we sit, we don't have a. She was also mentioned as one of the people looking for vice president.
I just mentioned her.
Maybe is alleged.
She did not.
Maybe she didn't want it.
She did not actively engage in PBB.
We have a vice president. They say at ADAKABRI, we have a vice president that we are paying, and he's running around campaigning. It was a share.
Constitutional responsibility.
Yes, he's campaigning, and apart from that, we must. As a must, we are recommending that some sections of the constitution be amended. One of them will be to look at that office of vice president, because you cannot divide. No, when to be official duties from the campaign duties. Into logistics now, used to know, is he paying from his pockets or it is government? We would like to know.
Peter Sumremu biye.
Peter Brand. No mami.
Rodley Nayana of the Movement for Change Alliance for Revolutionary Change. Now, Engineer Peter Nchibu Siakon of the New Patriotic Party and so BEM. But before he does that, economist J.K. Usubuache, General Bito, I say hello, ADAKABRI. Please let the panelists know that listening to the discourse, panelists must adopt strategic approaches to communicate and avoid flamboyance attitude, as it makes a real state of affairs worse for the political actors seeking to gain votes from the citizens. In 2008, 2012, 2016, 2020 are there to advise communicators. A word of advice in a milieu of skewed national discourse. At one breath, it suits a party to trump up social, cultural achievements and leaving the economic, political achievements. The dynamics of voters have changed, and no party can get more than 74% from the Asante region. Read my lips. Greater Accra, Central Region, massive swing regions will rather decide 2024. Attitudes have changed, and two major parties have had their times, and still Ghana is stagnant. So with the massive 55% youth voters, with 33% floating voters, I can tell you that the traditional Ashanti region would not decide for MPP. Truth be told, its swing regions like the Greater Accra region, the Central region, the Bono region, the Western region, the Volta region, the Northern region will sway for Dr. Baumia, no two ways. But the economically hit regions of the South, Middle Belt will rebel in their voting patterns. Methinks, like it or not, Alan Cheddar become the kingmakers to push for a union government.
Exactly.
Peter, at the end of the government, because we be a nurse, a no tree for the sona, but tree sign. Nurse opposition, a tree for the sona, no sign. As the organized labor, tree for the so. Is it a case of government no na entoto no ma ye anase ano no na adɔɔso na bro no so ana?
ADAKABRI me da sebebre na metie yenuaba Rhoda ne response or the my question obusa no. I mean I come here say Ghana ha no ahoya ene yawdie bi ewo nipa bi mu anu nti ba bi ombuku bia no they demonstrated and no kra na bi mu hwe so e de to aba san say nipa smas na minim no ene okọ politics mu no odaka mu anu nti ene meto tia no say nipa no wo ya ade so onya ade o meto tia no. I mean ye okrum ha the longest serving trade and industries minister you must say no ye industry minister no sa BP duro no factories ben pharmaceutical companies do do say no see kroma no wins there the nkrofo a mudi na gino do na wo BP ndo mbe hia BP duro wo fom nti o mesi bi Ghana ha na wo monto no do see oh mo ma yem fa yawdie ene ho ya enye politics obi esi ni fie nti dan obi ekope vice obi abondi so obi pe vice enu nti de betra ha ye politics abranto nipa no kwa o mie na no nka so obi bia anya fe say this ade no be politics na Ghana ha enyina nim say eduru political year that is where all the workers so omo reasonable so omo ni reasonable people pay them. I know some people pay them to embark on demonstration just to tarnish the image of a certain president. And over here, most of demonstration workers for do na election year. Why? Because they think say election year no abina or tesono if they push for whatever they want because it is an election year and they want the country to be calm. You know, they are going into election. Obviously, they also want to win. And until almost faces that time, no, yem pushy na yenya near ye pay. I don't think that is a good thing. And I ye no Ghana hano because political figures be it me trace can be mancrofo. Emma almost a year near a call for demonstration. Do it so that we'll tarnish the image of somebody, and that is what is happening in our system. It's not good. And yeah, dear, me medmani edi achire ewo sa bill ya omde call parliament say omo be nanka although almost say matese omo withdraw the bill say almost
legislative instrument
omde call yes sa airline no omo omo I withdraw say almost akọ amende no mo de akọ na ohwe ne ewo mu a some part omde be ka ho no it is very very important because nyana ewo ho first no it only allows the president or no president no it mentions only president. It doesn't even mention the vice president. It doesn't mention the chief justice or another highly important person in the country, the speaker of parliament. Sankrofo nyina no you know ela na ho no before no I mention almost say almost tikam no mo kwa almost ho kwa say almost use sarin na almost dikudru ba bi almost contem na okay, can't cry anymore. The Rebecca Hua may dream say the members of parliament should have even done a good work before this matter comes out. And he said, I mean, that is the essence of them being there. They are there to represent the people. They speak the minds of the people they are representing. And unti say omo hona adie bi say me oha the simple reason is that 275 members of parliament. Ghana ha obia ebeyi suka ye de sare na hyem enen ka ye benya so okroma why na betimi atena dem kwada oh nemum akonya they can even put it in say that akonya no should be exclusive for members of parliament say omo ko ba bi no behia say omenya motorcade adi omanima they can make a simple request na motorcade abedi omanima do makoba bi omako that should be allowed for them, but for them to be given that allowance. And when you law, although the law that you are passing may be serving a particular purpose, but you also look at the opportunity for that law to be abused. If you think that probability is so high, way,
you should be looking at a particular mischief you want to cure, and you bring a law to cure that.
To cure it. If you think that law, when it is passed, can be abused easier, you don't even go there. You look at the other means of. Look, the possibility of this law, if it is passed,
I didn't think Nkrofo to Manugu Abano so sir.
No, I'm not making say.
Is it a case of na almost and reflecting and deciding on things that can stand now?
You see, in the election year, no, I'm doing kind of tension or into any issue that comes out, everybody wants to make his voice. Heard. And in some people some of these topics, if it had come in the first year in anybody's administration, and can discuss it. But what I'm trying to suggest and say, some of these things our members of parliament should do as favor. They shouldn't even, let something like this pass. I mean, they should raise questions, and that's what they are there for. Me, I will raise that question at Parliament if I was there. Say, how can we all 275, putting sarin in our cars and making noise in the country? I don't think it's worth it. It's not something, and people will abuse it. Until recently there was a statement issued by his chief of staff say, presidential sticker behind the boy can him as if Jubilee House, and sometimes it gives you some privileges. Some people were abusing it. Obi timi flow. So, masa ye ne wa ba mu uni me pe sa stick and be na mo me car mu. Obi kura timi flow.
As they look at that.
Oh no, it happens. And happening in NDC time. Yes, say quiet time in easy. So I say me case obi frame me. I say me pan say masa mo na wa ba mu. De me pan say me pe sa passport na mommy exclusive right to pass anywhere. VIP. There's a name for it. So diplomatic passport. And how can I go up tell I have a right to get service passports. Meet media kobabia, but I don't need it. So me person me kobabia, I go for my visa, na me the call. So you can make me fan passport and me call. So name the first say we shouldn't create that opportunity for people to abuse the chances. People will put sirens in their cars. The MPs will put sirens in their car, leave their cars on wife, or come and catch a kota, they're not the sirens. And I think that we should limit it to very few people if they need that privilege. Say, sometimes it is very important. Because and send me a now me with 3 meetings in a day. And the last one was so important. And I need to attend 3. Now, there's no time in between. And running from one point to another was so difficult. The second one was Anopa 6:45. Meohana, the minister, the PA frame. And also, the minister is to do a program in Ashanti region. Now, in fact, Anopa it was so too quiet when the president Kobabi. Can you represent him? I say, my driver, and so Titema. The Ben my friend or Baba. So my brother has to sacrifice. Ujana Juma Oyam Masa Famiko. And now, Mimika, me first arrange shame. And now, people, just say, we can see that people were angry, miserable. I need to get there. 4:30, the program is 10 o'clock. I got there, I think, 20 minutes past 10. We drew all regional minister to one. I'm the master, Mr. Mo. I'm the car, I'm the drew. And Timmy drew, I'm a group from Casa, see. And then Matthias says, sometimes, sometimes it's of importance. It's very, very important. Name
minister, or no, well, leaving that late.
No, it's possible.
It gets you to go and represent him.
Yes.
We were harassing Crawford on the way up to the program, no? And I would describe it as important, no?
No, the main can say sometimes.
Our program is on
no, but obviously,
the president on Pupum. Yes, but don't harass anybody on the route.
No, but I don't think sometimes you can even be moved to go somewhere when you're prepared.
But could you have gotten yourself a hop onto a motorcycle?
Motorcycle from the Hibi.
From Ufie Fako baby.
The Hibi.
No matter not
from Accra to Kumasi. Motorbike when on Unimchi. Motorbike. Huh? Next number from another. There was another time we saw in a motorbike I mean situation I need to cross this traffic because at the corner or more year in Sawam Junction Hole Kwanano you can spend about 1.5 hours when you're through until some of these sirens sometimes a bois pan they do on swap. Let me cook Kumasi. Yeah, the event was in Kumasi, and I needed to get there by 10 o'clock. And I got a call at 6:45, and I used about minimum of about 3 hours, 50 minutes. I mean, they could do it. Normally I use about four and a half, 5 hours. I mean, me to normal, travel. And it's a very good thing. But adwuma I hear members of parliament omo and yeah idea so emergency here siren all the time. Nti saa de no de esremo. So I would draw. I don't know from, but I think all the others
from that,
they should allow it.
So we share organized labor and some year by a year senator day. Was it not to be foreseen? The posture of another perception say a binary will be near Fiafaso, or it will be near Fiafa in the dying embers. No,
you see,
are you going to allow that to continue?
You see, me who say the organized labor for decision on Muteki, I think it was a decision out of mediocrity. It was a decision which I believe say what do we need the essence of say adiena and mwabe na ede be boa o man no because on say ye mediocrity ye won say ye wo hotel we ye see ye sha it is making profit 200,000 a year. And so long as Ayaka say making profit 200,000 a year, no, it is fine. Meanwhile, if there is any other means we can diversify a portion of it to make 3 million cities a year, and you are telling me, say, and I'm saying, a buying there, na diversify na private person. Me, I have always advocated for, private, public-private partnership. It works. Oh, Adibia Ghana Hama who say fully abandoned. People take advantage. So many organizations, unless that organization, it has a security threat. As what the map private entity individual, it can have security threat on either GNPC or VRA or even our Akosombo. You cannot give it to a private entity. But any of our thermal plant, you can invite them in to also invest so that we can have effective running of such institutions. Hotel I mean snake. And yet the Jumana say all basis hotel no manage. Say obetime hotel no what partner with a private entity. Na otimi anya ne percentage a ebetimi ama omanya mfaso na ntimamufo na omu twa tax no yetimi increase tax etwa mo na nka say so long as I buying there na yenya profit 200,000 no say yebetimi increase yebetimi ya hu bibi ni enya 3 million profit kana. Let's leave it there like that. I don't think it's right. And we need to look at situations like this. And people take advantage. You could trace come on money demonstration. Money pana enka abino. No, be who's abino, and the government, when you do that in an election year, me frank I withdraw. I will withdraw it. So that's it. No matter how it is going to benefit the country, so long as my political chances.
It may be say at the end of the year. Because of elections,
of course, yes.
It's a pressure.
People are also putting pressure for them to demonstrate. They know, say, even the decision is good. Anya here can say, board now omotisono. There were 4 members from this, organized labors. Omtishubi. Until assembly no mo call they decided, say yes, they demonstrated to them, say, if we're able to diversify this percentage, this investor who put in this amount of money, we are able to get a profit of this margin, and that they analyzed everything to them, and they agreed, yes, let's go for it. They put this tender out there. They have a criteria for them to meet. And you're going to do it. International stock exchange. People that are applying, you need to have that international status. And almost yes, I deal with. And to say yes, I deal with now a fair a bedroom say, yeah, and you see the whole thing was the fact say it didn't be a barbon, Sardino, he is associated with NPP, and for that matter, so long as the person is an NPP, let's say no. So that's it. Ghana se bronibi ne free even Nigeria buys over doctor and get remember politically exposed. Oh free and Nigeria politically exposed, yes. But you see, so yeah, politician, now so be a company. Now a member of parliament. The first of all, politically exposed, you just go and close down your companies. Your companies must continue to run. Although you are not supposed to take advantage and have conflict of interest in that. I don't see any conflict of interest in this matter. There's a committee, there's a team that assess the document. The fact that somebody may submit 200,000 That's 200 million. No, be a summit 150 million. Not 150 million, no. And you share or good business plan. The first one submitted 200 million, no, but we look at the future of the project now, no. Say all the was submitted a lower amount, but your plan is higher. I mean, it's better than
under the impending general elections. Na utimi a panda to the pressure. I withdraw the BR. Are you able to do anything better if you are to win the elections?
But government takes decision within the 4 years. Not all decisions can be taken within the first year. And when you all take it na se kodru election year, na the baby and you oppose then I mean if I were the government, I would definitely withdraw it and then find other means Mr. President to it. So if you say who be here, say look, it's just like me to say Dr. Mwakun ba na o kasafa dan bi ekububu no ewo ba bi edisi cathedral. People have misrepresented the whole thing, almost confusion for, and they don't see the importance of some edifice ebe boa wo man nyina. Yeah, ma make one bi ADAKABRI. During the time the government of UK a person or M25. I know you know that road, ADAKABRI. People oppose the opposition for no oppose yama. It take more than 10 years and son it may take it off. Time it take it off no. It take it off no. They spend times 3 of the amount of money as almost allow ya. And today M25 serves as the best ring road the whole of Europe. Who could do UK a quite biakobum.
Outer ring road.
Outer ring road. You see, so when a leader sees a vision, cathedral ayechi, and you Ghana and Kwani Sibio. So who could do UK? Almost bear 7. Nina Omodijiska. Who could do Germany, Cologne, almost cathedral. Cathedral every year they receive more than 6 million people. And before you enter the room, in fact, almost cathedral is the longest, the highest in all of Europe. Or the cathedral wapan. Among 4 koko keke. Almost bridge bridge, you know, a super warrior.
And state in the cathedral.
Yes, it's state in India.
Na pay then I had the cathedral. President Bukoka said,
but the president, the leader must have a vision to do it.
That's how I was leader and catch a gun of what's said.
One can sort in private can be. The president cannot use
No, I think the problem is normally the communication.
Time a German for the year working alone. You catch a German to say, Mummy and Fiesi can see.
It took them more than 300 years. That's not really completed. So, meaning, I also say, look, building a cathedral is not a 1-year project. It's a difficult task. Looking at the project they're doing, it's a huge amount of money that will go in. And when the amount of people are demonstrating, look, Mama Yenya vision for the country.
Several years
we need to have a vision for the country.
So it may take several years after MPP Nanka Cathedral near sea.
Oh, I mean, if it takes the next government to build it, it is still fine. Okay. They're taking a good 8 years to set the foundation.
Would it be accurate, sir, a good wadona or so OC at the Yamiase?
The government to say, it can see something of this edifice for the nation. A good for the middle of Ghana, the best area of on just. I mean, the next 20 years, and I said 50 years. I best area.
Debbie, engineer, now so where we had to say or no. He made a promise to God.
He made a promise to God.
So,
and so
at the end of it, we have to look at 2 things. I want to just ask you a few questions since you come from that party. Was that the right place? Couldn't we have taken this cathedral outside the location
that is another opinion you can express. That's fine.
That's what I'm saying. I'm just asking. And then
several questions.
That is one. Say, couldn't we have done it? And then the second one, was that a priority such that
you see, Tama Rollins, AC National Theatre, the same argument was made. So why do we spend money to build cathedral, National Theatre? Say, you school, you city school, and so, National Theatre, it has served a purpose. Up to today,
like Temamoto Way.
The
same way
people oppose it. Anything you do So long as you are spending money, some people will have a reason to oppose it.
Okay.
There's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah,
So that's it. And then is why I can say bugu ye. I mean, yeah, somebody can make argument. Can we could have gone to build this somewhere around in some but almost advice, you know, architecture as almost I had nine bind there. Say yes, see at in shut down by Bima Omo, not a hundred young funny way. There's a purpose for it. I don't see why the siting of a cathedral should also be a problem. I know I decided advice and say, what is wrong with it?
Okay.
I mean UK, what I it's me extra this that way see but go ahead say the next 50 years, the Hanum Bay Stadium. It is you it doesn't matter what type of building was you.
I said a sociologist at a point now in the UK of what it a year low buildings and was it Hackney and Co. Sociologists no yes you see high rises no near any part of dunya baby
exactly
and same labor government
ADAKABRI uko nima ha now nam kanda road this one adentina abambin kimi ma say okay we need to rebuild this country, we need to rebuild this capital nima ha mo nyina we have to find a way to rebuild new buildings. Why can't we get to that level because of political expedience? Who will go and say this? Who can we because
in the 70s?
How do we build a country like this?
In the 70s,
because we are so divisive. Somebody will say it.
In the 70s,
and even okay, meanwhile, there's an importance. There's the need to break down those buildings and build that.
In the
70s,
was there a need to build?
There's a need for it.
The buffer stretch of the motorway.
There's always a need for doing anything.
So as I was saying, in the 70s, then new year view also came about. Say, nipa do benja baby atrane de. Various councils, NCC high rises. Now, Yamfanya council flat. And into once a bit to also 20, a bit to also 25, a bit to also 18, and almost say high rise. Then 1990s, one was so and the sense say high rise in our no yen sign emubuno. Now, if you see a 98 yana, you share something they called urban regeneration. So, it is our urban regeneration. At the time, this Michael Hilton was a urban regeneration. Eventually, no, move we. So you are asking yourself, say, state assets are yet to no cantonments. No, is it urban regeneration? Yeah, nah. Now, how are we going about it without somebody not looking at it? Say, SSC 4 and edges answers. No.
I don't know. Me mom dear. I don't have
your mic
to my mind. Let's say that you decide. Look at cantonments, and you look around. Baby, National Cathedral, no, no. You look at all those buildings there that have been sold to individuals. They were state properties, and I ask myself, "Inti abain and to me enya nyansa, abain bi and to me enya nyansa say we'll build accommodation." For people, doctors who are working there, civil servants, and all those people that are buying what's a more dying. Instead, no, we give it to individuals to put up edifices that cannot even, people are not even able to afford those buildings. Those are some of the things that are higher. If you decide to break Kanda was built for public servants or civil servants.
Kwame
Nkrumah, yes.
And my Dr. Baumia, ne papa.
Onya Dankra from
Mumuni Baumia. And then no special commissioner for the reconstruction of Accra.
Exactly.
But that was the first post of Kwame Nkrumah.
So if you decide to break Kanda estates, for instance, it should be something that will benefit the rest of us, not to give it to individuals to put up structures. If it's a state entity, let the state take charge. Those who are building those edifices, Farmer Woman say, build high rise so that other people can stay in. Not just for you to go and build an edifice, just for yourself. Say Obenya dollar sika and also Obenya bibi. That is where we have the problem. At the end of it, why do you take state property and then give it to one person? It is not right. Something that belongs to all of us.
It's urban regeneration.
It is the urban regeneration.
Are we giving people the opportunity of all levels?
Communication doesn't come. All you see, look, I keep asking, why is it that the ordinary teacher and the rest will not get a house in cantonments or cannot get. No, I'm only asking. Maybe Sano. Or let's say just an ordinary doctor cannot afford to buy.
Doctor, but
yes,
not an
a
ordinary.
doctor cannot afford.
Okay, in terms of the value,
In terms
a
of the
doctor
value,
cannot afford it.
exactly. In terms of the value that has been placed on cantonment land and now Laboni and now all those places. But at the end, who say
Because Labon is a state house in 4 in the CC
Exactly.
But and then in regenerating the place,
You see-
I say millions of dollars as them.
Asem. Oh, you find out that the state has given it to a group or somebody, an individual.
And an insider deal.
An insider deal. And no, Ghana for no. We cannot continue to be in a country where state properties are being given to individuals. That's all we are saying. And if you have to give it to the individual, let that individual make sure that it is going to benefit.
I just said this time, I wore a state house and a dining bikra.
State house $200,000.
Obi to me richly.
Snake to dine.
When I'm a documents, state house for yes, dino.
Exactly. You see, it's that insider dealing, and every time there is a problem. And it's always politically exposed people who are buying those properties.
Including Peter.
Peter, have you bought some?
No. I mean,
those are the issues.
Did you not hear him say he will even dash me one?
Oh yeah, so me say me Tobia, mama back.
Now what you gonna hear?
Now they want to Ghana.
A high paying a professional in the UK.
And that is a mindset.
Information.
Yes.
They don't inform. I think that it is our right as Ghanaians to know. Say wo ba be ye bibia, bodewuro na ye nyina yente, na yen ka ho asem.
Yen ka ho asem.
Yen ka ho asem. Ye pene ye.
Okay, you move on.
Just sit and do what
So
you
the
want.
next issue. You move on to the
on
next
this
issue.
point, I think, say, we need to take a strong decision. A particular government should take that decision. Not pay investors. On say a rebuilding in city. Me say baby me can say me say kanda nima hono. Now you can say okay, sir, hanumi ye be sisi high rise buildings. You see we are more assassin ye modia ni nyina no. Asie ni nyina.
Modia.
Ye de modia. Na so no che de man hanya ye
Just
fine.
the assassin equity.
Equity, yes. Never redesign it in city. No, that is the only way out.
Otherwise, says as a day almost CSC Association International School on me here. A trust to Tintin home to Kwaba, yes, almost say a choir minister call we know. Yes, we know. Almost no original assassin you Modiano. Is it a case of your Tieska the Amomo dear and answer almost share our
assassin? Now, I take it long time as I know about rebuild it, and I saw my base. Now, Sigaroma dear, to Muntim, and I could fast some. So,
now got these guys I hear.
No. I mean, as a yes, I wrote it.
Let's learn from history.
Yes.
Nima, the highway.
Yes.
Before they built.
Yes.
They made
what do you call the Kanda Highway?
Kanda Highway. They had to put up some structures for them.
That's a Medina,
yes.
And Quantana and Medina.
Yes, they had to put up some structures
and
for Medina. And they moved.
And we can do that. I think if we go to sit down with the landowners.
So the whole thing is, you build the town. You look for the thing, you build the town. With everything. Rwanda is doing it.
Because Rwanda did that road from Nima roundabout through to Nima Mamubi up to Accra Girls. It's a road so you can imagine say a relocation. But relocation
they made sure that they had made some provisions for them to move.
Yes.
Which I say, Rwanda has done it. Singapore did it. You understand? In moving people, you just don't tell them that we are going to move you. Why are they going to go first before you put up those things?
Well
documented.
Hano their individuals, the only land no. Any a handful. And until say, oh, koji assassin, buying koji assassin, very, very difficult. I think say, yentit one Imran says, yeah, no, I could hear him for no individuals. So now we can only invite in private. Let
me read the messages. Instant justice. Does it still live with us? Say, yeah, better story. Young man be a community other than his. Na a woman shouts out, say, "Where you're from for," and nobody will listen to anything. And we have a dead body on our hands. And the police. Yet then, this day and age, Obinya can't be a crom for, and I just say, what can we do about it? before then, on Facebook Live, I say Uber ye was saying that MPP is the best party in Ghana. Oh, Nana Kojo. Anita Ade Inti. I say Ghanaians are very happy with our president Nana Adonanko Akufo-Addo for free TVET training for young people, free senior high school, free school meals, free school uniforms, and restoring teacher training and nurses training allowance. The whole world is in economic crisis. Ghana is not an island, so it is possible with Dr. Baumia and Dr. Napo. Excellent submission by engineer with love sign. Maybe and you love sign. Hey, Anita, when people was in love.
Love now.
Anita, go ahead and hear no pa.
Different.
And then Amadi Hemosa. Good afternoon, Father ADAKABRI. Please tell the NPP communicator that his condescending attitude will not attract a single vote from a floating voter. A word to the wise is in the north. Anyway, Alan Chematin is my choice for President of the Republic come December 7, 2024. He's competent, he's honest, and he's a man of integrity. He has a proven track record in trade and creation of jobs. I trust him to create jobs for our teeming unemployed youth. His policy to establish a traders bank is going to be a game changer for SMEs traders. And then, veteran ni J. Kraku. Hey, why he can see a from Tema Newtown. I don't know just for him. As this year's elections is not about emotions, gimmicks, and propaganda, but policies, facts, and data. So no amount of lies, propaganda, and falsehood against Dr. Muhammad Baumia and his running mate, Dr. Matthew Pogu Prempeh, will stop us from voting for the great party on December 7. And now they buy. Amadi Hemosa again. It is refreshing to listen to the woman in your studios this afternoon. Your program is too dominated by men. Allow women to participate in the political debates. Thank you. And honestly, they buy. Clement Pluto. MPP is ... party. So we are suspicious. Prince Kankam, Mr. Host, please ask him when they were in opposition, did they also do the same? I know the answer is yes. So he should be truthful with no explanation. Right. Why this idea of instant justice?
I think people have lost faith with the police. That's one of the things. Because if something happens, you go and grab a thief or something, the processes that you have to go through. Yeah. You take the person to the police station, writing statements, go come. Well, maybe deep down, probably the person didn't do what is supposed to have been done. But it's just that somehow, no, Ghanaians or some Ghanaians don't have confidence in
but what kind of society do we live in, sir?
It's not
a single shout of somebody is a thief.
It's very bad.
And nobody would want, and no opinion leader can just hold on and say, hold on, let's hold on.
And yet, it's very bad. Because innocent people have been killed through that, or maimed through that.
Yeah, that's the difficulty. Yes, innocent people have been killed. Yes, and thieves have also been killed. It makes it difficult to know which one. I would say, but you know, I think we have to find. I think who say will be a communipa or innocent, and that's sometimes videos. They need to follow up to punish some people so that will become it will serve as a lesson to others. Deterrence to others from doing that, taking that law into their own hands to.
But as someone
but don't you think that our values still have changed?
And that's a family breakdown.
Somebody, you see people taking pictures instead of helping.
Lynching one day to go in I think, sir.
But there are values say in this particular instance, as someone see, and then a woman says that they ban a worry or baby and can take eggs. And you could not want to near the camera series. Now, or Bruno,
programs be a programs be a Omo yo Kumasi no. Me who didn't go allow omo. Now me hear program back on or baby I in program. I don't want to mention the name. And I say me who kwase me bo so no sorry fi na kunya chi na ADAKABRI to we. Na obi a obeta no akobo bonsu aye boninti and because all report. I mean, who gave you that right to do that? I think programs you and send you omo kana wi akete about do no mo bi no buya. And omo kan I mean, what kind of society is it? I don't think that is right. Some of these, I think that Nana Santehene should, do something about it. Because some of the programs,
Piero,
it's not right.
Piero, ADAKABRI make much low. You have a political program out this way. Na yakuyebi. At the young crop for party, give it to them in sufficient quantities.
And that's why we are saying mindset change.
It's not good.
We have to change people's minds about such things. That is not good.
And they joke with it and
we are be made to be and what we made to know what to the Yiritam, at the Yiritam, at the Yirian Basotam. And I'm going to say, Busiana Nasi, no more candidate.
In some way, you're productive time, you know. This is the kind of things I
say. Yet society will not be a petty.
It's a problem. I don't think it's right. But ADAKABRI, let me also make this point. Who hear me? I need to set the record straight. And I know Yunra Napo, Eko Kumasi, na Nasama Okayano. I believe, say. If you say send you could have said it in a different way. And now if you say I cannot send you me to me the substance of Asimo Kayano, I didn't see anything wrong with it.
Is a Kufuado better than Kwame Nkrumah in terms of performance?
For the record he said, the things he talked about, Akufo-Addo indeed has done better
than Kwame Nkrumah.
And these are the reasons. So, but you see,
so it is more of said you will see Kasa Nkrumah numpo and not the substance
as to the now the buyer no. But the word said Obiaye Kwame Nkrumah no. You saw Kasa no. But he didn't mean to denigrate him or insult him. Name him or patch say Kwame Nkrumah on free and people mu, on free and tradition mu no. Or no, and normally, or no, normally, I didn't hear yastic. I was Ghana. Say what pay for me to be a heso. Now no Yamin, Joseph Yamin. Or say your mama wait to him what pay for me better than.
Your mama will put
oh yes.
Now what is language.
Yes, and I make sure
now what do you talk about? Your mama will put what you will.
Because we know what he has done. We know what he has done.
It is a your mama. And then your president no be your father personality now.
No, that's not making.
No, listen to the language.
That language.
And that is why you should allow me to explain what I'm trying to do.
Don't withdraw those words. Because we are Kaniba. Kaniba, they don't
do that. ADAKABRI.
So your mama will put what you
and don't allow me to complete my statement.
No, withdraw that line.
I cannot withdraw it until I complete. When I complete and you think that I'm wrong.
There are two aspects we are looking at. The substance of your comparative analysis and the language employed. So with the language we have an issue, but with the comparative analysis, nobody was.
Your mama, you over here, your name say 5 years. Ghana, your dad doom somuno. Onumpo, obetui bejina bontin. I can say he has performed better than Nkrumah. That is what he said, and this is the point I'm trying to make. Now, Napo, I am Minister for Education. Sisi Aminoka say more than 1.3 million children. Student, and I feed you man opa, ewia, enyumre, ye mamu babi da nso mbedum, kat atare ombehye, nkata ombehua. Aban fa ho kan nyina. And na osi, time a Kwame Nkrumah, the free education, eba north no. Ghana in population now was about 5 million. That time the population now north, na yes saying. And na the free education call. Na mum na go for the buy no. Since you am no can say, your population in Ghana is more than 35 million. And why are you nationwide? So in his view, in his opinion, Nana Akufo-Addo has done better than Nkrumah. This is what he meant to say.
He didn't say.
That is what he meant to say.
Yes.
It's good you are saying that.
An afterthought.
It
was an afterthought.
You see, the platform no Ghana. It was an afterthought. That is what he meant to say.
There was no need for the mentioning of Nkrumah. Nkrumah is not part of
body
this.
language.
The body language, you know, I am saying. I know, say. Or can't go do hono. You know, say ni pada woka sa.
Okay, but mama me hwey. Kwame Nkrumah. J.J. Rawlings, John Kufuor, John Mills, John Mahama, Nana Dankwa Kufuor. But in your order of preference, mommy.
Oh, the why are they? Oh, in terms of education, there. Obia was sector, because we are there.
But he didn't say education.
No, but he was talking about education. I said in his view.
Some president for
What did you hear?
What
did you hear?
Kwame Nkrumah.
I was saying Kwame Nkrumah said, "Opa education more."
Why did he say "Opa education"? Because where the
no, but no can't say no. And America, this is what he was talking about. And indeed, they can't abaya why you road to see.
The platform he was standing on was an acceptance speech. Education plan.
Your former president,
Marco
6, no.
University students were getting allowances. Are they getting allowances today?
J.J. Rawlings, John Kufuor, John Mills, John Mahama, and another Dankwa Kufuor. Any pensiano. Why not in totality? Why are they? Bubo in that other mommy.
In my view, and PP, we perform better than any other political party.
Between
Nana Kufuor and Kufuor,
currently
Nana Kufuor he has performed better.
Number one.
He has performed better. Before the torso
and number two.
Nabuzi and Swapoto. Abba.
The 2.5 months. The 2.5 years.
Oh no, 2.5 years. Who quantify? Now the Ken was 2.5 years. He did very well. Nkrumah was a leader of this country for 15 years. 9 years. Nkrumah was a leader of this country for 15 years. And in the way he in 15 years.
Oh no.
Was say a top 3 in UP.
Oh yeah, UP4.
Why are they?
If you want to know whether UP4 woman all you have to do so if you live here, your party, the party is what? Dankwa Buzia Domo. Go and look at the statue of Buzia at 37. You will see the state of the MPP today.
Now he's just giving you one.
I'm not saying anything anymore.
I said, go and see Accra. Did you say that?
I said it, yes.
I didn't know.
Look, so we share Kufuor time within 8 years. A kwanya obi no krum ha. A free cycle ha. A kwa kofa chimota. A kofa ofanko. A bie kwanim. That time ufi cycle ha. A kofa chimota pa. It can take you 2 hours. Share a kwanya oye free ha say a kofa Legon. A koya kofa Madina. A kopie wo ayi abri. Share kwanya why ya to krum ha.
Kufuor na Accra.
High rise buildings.
Now
compared to Domama Bimbadi 8 years.
First asphalt road. And can I say women boy? A road by
Anya Tamadea, Henaga.
First asphalt road, Accra has you know. A year from Kwame Nkrumah Circle to Dankwa Circle.
I don't know what to say.
And asphalt.
Oh, bounds, I
know asphalt, no, you know. A year John Rawlings and a year asphalt.
No, I'm not saying, sir.
No, you are talking about Rosa for years. And I made also say,
no, Asar Road, no, did not make Accra. The city must be built in such a way, sir. That's a fact. You cannot deny this. All these high rise buildings. High-rise buildings in a macro.
High-rise buildings don't make my final comment in say Ghana foi. Baby I do no. E was say ye nyina no ye de ye kokromoti power no. E vote on 7th December. Emma Alan Martin and the butterfly movement.
Why should we do
that? Because at the end of the day, we are the ones who are actually coming out with a part with a system of governance.
Access to the GTP, no.
Access to the GTP, no. There, it's going to be online soon. You can access it and read it. We are going to be giving out abridged versions of it so that everybody can read it.
And then you also have a tax that you can have the link.
Yes,
and then you encourage people to read.
We are encouraging people to read. We are encouraging people to listen. We are going to start audio recording so that to go wide.
Possible 7 national languages used by
even more than that. And we are even thinking of we are thinking of all that, and it's going to go out, and we are coming out soon.
In the GTP,
The GTP.
What is in it?
It's the holistic clusters now. What a better and say Ghana, baby, I bet to me a page from dependent
union government. Remember, actually, from day one
from
to
day
the
one
last
to the
day,
there are some situations that within 1 year we must be seeing some differences. Others we have pegged it to 2 years, and these are not just things.
And demonstrable track.
Demonstrable track.
So you can always be marking along.
You will mark along, and we've even indicated where and how we are going to do them.
So you can measure it.
We can measure it. We can measure it. And so for us, duopoly is about time. 32 years
duopoly
and then MPP ni NDC no ya bre wo mo because Ghana in Sakra and Sisai
way 16
yeah
32
we've not had we haven't had wo mo na nya mfaso Ghana for nya mfaso bia. So it is about time we gave that independent candidate now Okano Alan Trematin a chance.
Okay, why Yero
yes o pama bo no anya na o se no kankan o be pe leader aye o party no anya no resign I was in duopoly no person be leader o mu no wokọ ya wanya nti resign wokọ enko enim
final comment
na me wogidie say
Dr. Chemati upenasem so na attack can say
I respect him so much but me I don't want anybody to emulate him ni sooner wada na di no adwembone aba ntim so percent people lose and that is why I always talk about him. I don't think he's a good mind.
And do be a percent people lose be a adwembone
and you person you do hey
say party no
president.
And the same people that made Alan. Whoever knew Alan. And people party na aboa mo ogina on aso mo be nipa no. And they opposite party no.
Alan the MPP. Alan was part of the building of MPP.
A foundation member.
A foundation member. And one got sorry. The party made him. The party made Alan. Alan. Yeah, the new year.
Final comment na meeting.
And I'm here make you.
Final comment na meeting.
Ambassador to US.
The thing is, we are in election year. I feel we have a choice to make, and I believe say, Yera Bawumia has demonstrated say, economy mpo COVID edit tiba from Emma say krano. She say almost me page abasro. From 0.5, I must say we are having about 4.7 growth. It is so
sustained and consistent.
So significant.
It will be resilient.
It has non-PP. We always do this. I ever saw money that 3.4. It's so within 2-3 years. They could do 7.6. So
why are you not able to bring us a plan and tell us this is how we
the plan? The manifesto is coming. That is our plan.
Is the manifesto a plan?
The manifesto will tell you what we're going to do. And they try to say, John Mama say debates, Nincroffers or Monco. John Mama poo on poo, and they could prepare Bekanamako debate.
Alan, say why you're ready.
On call a shutdown on great debate.
Alan, say why you're ready.
Alan, open and Alan,
that's all the name.
No challenger.
Rodelin Ayana, quite an interesting Wednesday with a lady at the helm. The road as a papa. And then young engineer Peter Jubuas Yakwano ready. What the be engineer Peter Jubuas Yakwa of the MPP and then also the Asada Edema. A production team no and you could do damiado ohima free year and then also abena frema bankro escoba na ya osafo ever me ADAKABRI modu osioma and nyame adoma bia na adwoada na abesa atenka and you can master penye could do damiado or mame rest the voice on Friday the obatianka the kusunity need 100.9